Holy land lovers, it's me, your Captain Vasco speaking. No, it's okay. It's taking its time. Don't worry about that. Yeah, Demolish just gifted a bunch of subs in chat, and I mean, it didn't seem to behoove me to wait for that. So you're gonna see a few more of those. It is Friday, August 25th, 2023. I hate looking at the date because it reminds me of how many people aren't doing stuff at work. It's really annoying. Life is really annoying. We've been talking about this, and I promised I would stop, and I didn't. Oh, but the thing that I wanted to talk about. So Angel of Iron very generously also gifted a sub to Deliciel, who is the voice actress for Upton. Oh gosh, what's her name? The character from Lamplight City, who was my favorite. And she like showed up during our last stream, and it was great, and I had a fantastic time. I've been watching, as he posts them, Day 9 play through Baldur's Gate 3, which it just like will never work on this computer, like haha. To be honest, there's a really, really low graphics intensity game that I put on the list for tomorrow that for some reason barely runs. I had to go through some hoops for that. Regardless. So as he was playing, he's maybe the only person in the world who could possibly make this connection. But he interacts with a character who's like apparently like infamous, because people are big fans of this character, Karlach, who's like a sort of creature who is like not a devil, but like from the world's equivalent of the underworld. And like one sentence of dialogue in, he stops for a second and he says, Thomasina Bateman? And it turns out that this like really popular character from this extremely huge game has the same voice actress as Thomasina Bateman from The Excavation of Hobbs Barrow. Which is just endlessly amusing to me. That's just so good. That's such a great thing to be true. Does she drop it low? I'm pretty sure the internet wants that to be true. I haven't seen it in the limited amount of time that he's had that character in his party. And again, I'm not playing this game myself because A, when would I have the time? And B, something about the mileage. Let's talk about tonight's game, which is Raincoat. And then maybe later we'll talk about tomorrow night's games. So last week we started, I think it's technically chapter 2. The train, I think, counts as prologue. And then the locked room parade of mysteries counts as chapter 1. So we started chapter 2. And like many other games, including but not limited to Resonance of Fate, when you start a new chapter, you really want to make sure to do all the side quests first, because the game makes it very clear it will lock you out of them otherwise. So we did that first, which left very little to the imagination of learning anything about the new case. But we got a little bit. We learned that someone had been stalking us because they took an interest in us. And that turned out to be Karumi Wendy, if I remember correctly, which is just, I don't know why, I think that's just a delightful name. And Karumi Wendy is like I think like a high school girl. It's not like 1,000,000% clear how old she is, because anime is weird. And also she's like a full foot taller than our protagonist, whose age is also unclear. But like she was basically like, I could really use the help of a detective. I'm the only person in this entire isolated city who knows what a detective is. And I also don't hate you for being one. Please help me. And she tells us that her best friend was in the school's drama club. And she was like the top most successful actress. And she suspected that it's such a competitive program that someone would have genuinely wanted to kill her in order to like get the lead role in the play, and asked us to investigate it. We haven't really started yet because we learned right away, you know, like it's an all-girls school, and we are a young man, boy, child, man. And And so we had to go recruit the sketchiest person we know, who may or may not also be a teenager. Listen, in anime, I never know anyone's age. That's why they always have to specify, so that you know when and when not things are creepy. And so we spent, like, the rest of the stream after, like, basically learning the real raw outline of the next case, of, like, what we're investigating. We had to go track him down, and then he's like, ooh, you want to sneak into an all-girls school? Well, I'm gonna be a creep about it. And that's pretty much where we'll be picking up. So, like, not a lot to recap, and yet I've been recording for many minutes. Many minutes. Thank you again for the gift subs and for people chatting. I fixed emotes on Discord and set up a new alert system, and it seems like that's letting people know what's up, and that's great. I'm glad that's working. It didn't take very long to set up, which had me convinced it was not going to work at all. Now let's play Raincoat. It's probably not sufficient for that to be easy for me to edit later. I should be more mindful of these things, but, like, nah. Anyway, hi to Miss Toasty. I saw you come in. Hello, hello. Oh, hold on. Ditto, who is like a flight instructor. I don't know if that's the correct term. Says his week involved one of his students breaking about 6 school rules and policies, and they're in deep trouble, like grounded no-fly list, and has to write a case report on all the ways he messed up. Yikes forever. Yikes for, like, an extremely long time, in fact. Okay, so here we are. This is the school. It is just a castle. I don't know if it's intending to be Hogwarts. It definitely looks a little Disney. That's Dasuiku Thunderbolt. He's nonsense.
Forever.
Let's go into school and become girls.
Forever.
By continuing ahead, it will not be possible to return. Yeah, I did all the side quests. Thank you for the alert, though. Boop, boop, boop. And just in case anyone's concerned, I titled the stream Bosom Buddies. That's a reference to a Tom Hanks TV show circa, I don't know, late 70s? Sometimes when I, like, watch things on TV Land,
look!
I have no idea when they're actually from.
School girls so young and cute!
Okay, I am immediately concerned at the way he said that, even though I don't think I actually know his age.
This is heaven.
Ugh.
Should I really have brought him here?
No. That's an easy no. That's a hard no.
Oh, Yuma!
I see you brought the creepiest person you know.
Huh? Yuma, you really came!
Can't tell if I recognize this voice actress. She does a really good job of sounding like a cute anime high school girl.
I was nervous throughout my classes, thinking you might have stood me up.
I wouldn't ditch you like that. I'll see the job you requested of me to the very end.
I mean, he definitely did the I'm a creep laugh. I think it's involuntary. When you're creepy enough, it just comes out that way to alert prey.
I knew I could count on a master detective.
About that. Listen, the truth is...
I somehow feel like I'm more concerned about the fact that he's doing his little creep dance to, like, no one. Like, it's better than him doing it at someone, or, like, him getting really close to Karumi Wendy. But, like, there's just something even more unsettling about this is just my natural state.
Wait, Yuma. Something's wrong. There's a suspicious person over there.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, that's my bad.
Oh, that's my senior. Or a friend, I guess.
Certainly not, like, senior in okay.
Huh? Is he also a master detective?
Well, you keep cutting me off. Technically, he's the only one who's a master detective here, and I understand how troubling that is to, frankly, both of us and everyone in my chat as well.
He's not what I expected. Why is he staring at the other students?
Okay, again, like, there's something, like, it wouldn't be better, but there's something weird about the fact that, like, a woman just passed him by, and that's ostensibly the reason that he's acting super creepy. And he doesn't react, he's just, like, in his own, like, go-to creep loop. He's, like, so overcome by his own natural creepiness that he just keeps feeding into himself.
He's preparing to use his forte? I think.
Huh? Oh, what's up? Are you talking about me?
I mean, listen, I don't have fashion sense, like, at all. And I've never been accused of being, like, cool. But, like, I just have to point out for the, like, 7th time that this backpack is, like, the least cool thing that's probably ever been worn by a person, real or fictional. I understand its practicality, but I've been informed many times that practicality does not make an article of clothing or accessory, like, good.
You must be Kurumi. I heard all about you from Yuma.
That's not possible because we don't know anything about her other than her name is Kurumi Wendy.
I'm the superstar detective Desuhiko Thunderbolt. Whoa! Nice to meet you.
It's genuinely shocking to me that, like, this guy uses the specific terminology superstar detective, which is, like, also a thing in Disco Elysium, which we, like, just finished playing. Is it a good dab? I don't think the form is correct.
Sure.
Because, like, the hand is, like, up to his face instead of, like, it should be off to the side, right? That's how it works?
Now, about the details of the job. If possible, I'd like to see where it happened in person. Do you think we can get inside?
So you're starting the investigation.
I mean, yeah.
It may be hard for an outsider to get in the school. Even family members can't enter without a teacher's permission.
And that's why I brought this predator, unfortunately, for everyone involved.
Wow, looks like you're in trouble already. But I've come fully prepared to save my lost little kittens.
Please don't refer to me. When I started that sentence, I was gonna say, like, as a little kitten, but, like, maybe just generally don't acknowledge me if you can.
Just watch. Yeah. Whoop. You come too.
Me too?
Don't worry about it. Just let me handle it.
Oh!
I'll be gentle.
Ah, my eye! Alright, this is gonna be a big moment for this case, I think. There it is. We did it, everyone. We got there. We got there. Shenanigans have begun.
Teacher?
I don't need a map to get to Bone Town.
Quiet, you. Quiet, chat. Someday I'm certain I will regret having given chat the
I
ability
don't
to
need a
use the
map to
confetti
get to Bone
cannon.
Town.
Or maybe everyone will just use it so much that they won't be able to do it anymore. It's hard to say.
It's me, Superstar Detective Desuhiko.
Now, I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt here that Desuhiko is deliberately making a point that it is him, and thus he is not disguising his voice. But when this power was introduced to us earlier at the start of this case, wasn't part of it that he could also disguise his voice in addition to, like, changing his height and stuff? Like, if he's just gonna sound like Desuhiko and look like that, I feel like we're gonna... I don't know, maybe we'll have a problem. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Like, it's not... I don't know how to put this without it, like, sounding bad. I think it's mainly... Let me just put it this way. Mainly, my concern is that Desuhiko naturally sounds like a real creep. And so, I think that would come through if he just spoke naturally.
Huh? So the cute girl next to you is... Yuma?
I don't know if I should be upset that I'm cute.
Why me?
Now, I do want to... Listen, this is a pet peeve of mine, is when someone orchestrates a situation with very specific consequences that are highly predictable, and then they're like, oh no, like the consequences of my actions. Now, you knew that you needed to look like a woman in order to get onto campus. That was the whole point of bringing Desuhiko here. So, like, what did you think was going to happen? Like, this is the only logical conclusion to have come from your own actions.
Are you really the same people? You didn't just switch out with someone?
I mean, you see the backpack, right?
Kurumi, If someone talks to you on your way home, don't follow them, okay?
So here's, like, the confusing... I don't know if we're gonna address this. But, like, we did establish that, like, Desuhiko's forte allows him to change his voice, as I mentioned earlier and as we've just demonstrated. But, like... I mean, I guess because our power is coalesce, if we hold hands with the teacher, then, in that case, we can sound like a girl? Boy, this is getting weirder all the time, huh?
Just kidding. This is my forte. Disguise.
I can't stress enough that that's not really a power, it's clothes.
I seared the image of this lady teacher into my mind as I passed her by earlier.
Yeah.
That's amazing! So this is the forte of a master detective.
I know, right? Isn't my voice just irresistible? I'll let you be my fan. If you join the after party, I'll even whisper in your ear if you want.
Who was that directed to? No one is listening to you, and it was upsetting.
Yuma, you're so cute! Now we'll just look like friends when we're together.
I'm so torn, because, like, this scenario is, like, very well orchestrated for a very specific type of shenanigan.
Oh,
But I'm
no.
still really
I'm
worried
making
about it.
horny.
So this is me as an anime. I'm not even entirely sure what that means. Also, that might be the most accurate use of that sound alert since its original usage. Actually, more accurate than the original usage because she definitely wasn't making him horny.
Yeah.
Hey! Keep her away from me! I don't want some flat-chested uggo as a friend!
We may need a special mod to mute Shinigami for the rest of this case.
We should be good now. Let's go inside.
Yeah, like an undercover investigation.
We could have just gotten, like, dressed up, though, right? Just for the record. Considering the way this is playing out, like, we could have just... We could have just, like, went to a store and, like, bought some clothes. Like, we didn't need to involve Desuhiko, who is, like, almost certainly an actual predator, right?
Be sure to go straight home.
Okay!
Again, no one's listening to you.
Aiko jumped off the roof of this school building.
Why don't we go up there to look?
How about we visit the theater club first? We're about to do a rehearsal on the school stage right now.
Clarification. Did I misremember this, or does anyone remember specifically? I was under the impression that Kurumi Wendy was not part of the theater club. But now she's using we, a collective noun, to refer to the theater club doing a rehearsal. Does that not sound wrong? That sounds wrong to me.
This school even has its own theater, huh?
Is that actually weird in Japan? I guess in all the anime I've seen, it's well, no, I mean, they still have, like... I feel like I've seen assembly stages in multiple anime. And that's, like, not that different from what we have in the US for, like, theaters and schools.
That's right. If we go there, you can see what it's like at the club Aiko attended.
Let's take a look while we still can.
You take care of that. I'll go check another spot.
What do you... Just... I need you to state for the record what you think you're looking for, because it better not just be hallways of girls.
Another spot? You're not coming with us?
I stand out when I carry the backpack. I need to hide it someplace safe first.
Alright, I'll grant you that that's actually fair.
Don't worry about me and, do what you gotta do.
No, now I'm worried. Because you said that, I'm really worried now.
I've set up your shot, so you better not miss.
I'm not sure what any one person in this group thinks is happening.
See you later, my man.
Other than Kurumi Wendy, and I hope she's the one who's right.
I think he's misunderstanding something. Is it really okay for him to go off on his own?
It isn't. I promise it's not.
Let's go, Yuma. Oh, wait. Do you have a girl name now?
Oh my god. Here's an answer to that rhetorical question. Oh good, I can click off that without ending it prematurely. I appreciate this question as silly as it is. Do you have a girl name now?
Yuma's fine.
There's some weird part of me that feels like I need that soundbite. Do you have a girl name now?
The theater hall is this way. Follow me.
I'm sorry. I need to collect DP first. Also, your hair's doing that weird thing that this engine can't handle. This is the classroom 1-1. Several students are chatting happily inside. Going into a busy classroom might compromise the investigation. Better stay out.
I'm so horny for mysteries right now.
It's a good time to be horny for mysteries, I think. The multi-purpose room. Better stick with Kurumi for the time being. That's somehow still worth points, even though it's literally just an observation I shouldn't be observing things. Broadcast room.
Yeah.
Oh, that one didn't give me points for some reason. What happens if I try to go off the... Yeah, okay. The game is actually pretty good about that, which, for the type of thing it's doing, I think it's kind of important. This is troubling to me. Wait, this is actually very troubling to me. It's an all-girls school. Is it necessary to have a dedicated men's room? I have to assume that this is going to lead to future shenanigans. I can't imagine what other purpose it serves. Otherwise, like, they would just be, like, unisex, right? Like, that should be fine, otherwise. Like, I just have to assume that asset is there because, like, some misunderstanding is going to happen. It's, like, plot relevant. I mean, true guess, but, like, again, does that need a dedicated men's room? I'm not saying you can't have one, or that, like, men don't need to use the restroom here under any circumstance. But, like...
Wow, it's
dedicated
very
men's room?
proper. Like a real theater.
Gotta go somewhere. A unisex bathroom! Am I not saying words? Did the mic cut off? Wow, this is actually quite intense for... Because this isn't even a theater. This is, like, the box office lobby.
Right? The whole school gives a lot of attention to the theater club.
This is unreal.
There are 4 performances throughout the year, and people outside of the school sometimes come to watch. Kanai Ward doesn't have many options for entertainment, so our school's theater is very popular.
God, what a grim statement to be so enthusiastic about. This place that we're all trapped in and doomed to die at, it's really miserable to live here, other than the all-girls high school auditorium. There are numerous problems that I don't want to outline for you, but that's not as exciting as you make it sound.
That's why the battle to be the main lead is so intense. The star of the theater club becomes the star of Kanai Ward.
So it's seen as much more than a club activity.
Yes, this isn't just a single page of our youth. Everyone's competing as if their lives depend on it. A lot of them come from affluent or powerful families and take pride in being members of the elite.
Sounds like everyone's always on edge.
They're very graceful and don't show their true feelings while on stage, though. Shall we go in?
Nah. Will you give me DP? What kind of play they'll put on this time? I'm sure it'll be terrific. You think so too, don't
Yes.
you? Right? Ah, I'm so excited. I hope it starts soon. It's rehearsal. You know it's a rehearsal and not like a actual whatever. Theater hall administrative office. You think I could just casually break in here? Oh, I was not expecting the answer to be yes, barely an inconvenience.
This is...
Dispenser that serves both hot and cold water. What will they think of next?
Yeah.
Plus, there are plenty of female students, too. It's not like the main point of my observation.
I knew it.
Looks like this laptop's been locked up properly.
Aww.
Trying to sneak a peek at students' personal info? You're in stalker territory now. I was just checking something. I mean, files on students might be useful to the case.
I
Weird
might
for your
get wet.
weird for your mind to jump
Down
right there, Shinigami.
there.
Wow.
So many trophies, plaques, and certificates. The theater club must be amazing. It is, in fact, the only game in town. Hello, Cotillion. Is session 0 already over? I've been shamelessly counter-streamed for the second time in like 4 weeks by the Glass Cannon podcast, who I've been a longtime fan of now. She's annoyed that they proudly display their awards. I definitely think she's upset about something other than what she's talking about. New show soon. I gotta look at everything. It's worth DP. And the DP is good for something. Although I'm not sure if it's good for something good. Come on. Stats. So I have 3 points available and unspent. I still don't know what summer fireworks are, and it makes me a little mad. I guess it's gonna take longer than I initially expected to get everything all unlocked and stuff. I think the next thing is really, it's gotta be just anything that makes Reasoning Deathmatch better, because I'd suck at it. Increases movement speed. Is that actually good? This will be a future problem. I just want to make sure there's actually still room to level up, since I've been going to such trouble to do it.
Yeah.
Can get to the stage through the huge doors. Get back on the rails, kid. Do you like this double impressionist painting? In that it's like kind of impressionist, and then it's like low res because it's in the forbidden hallway?
Yeah.
I want to assume that that girl on the left is supposed to be wearing a face mask and not swallowed mouth first by the void. Alright, I guess we'll call them poplars. Oh, now I have to go in. I figured that was just gonna, like, load a cutscene, so I looked at chat. And then it immediately loads a cutscene. Thanks for that pointless intermission.
Everyone's so busy, they didn't even notice us coming in without permission.
This is the stage rehearsal after all. It's treated like the main performance itself.
Okay. But if that's true... I don't know, something feels weird about this.
They leave the curtains open and allow people to watch. More students should show up to watch shortly.
I guess that sort of answers my question, but it's weird that we're the only ones currently here. Particularly because we encountered someone out in the lobby who's like, I really want to watch the show now.
I'm not used to this atmosphere. It makes me nervous.
Why are you getting nervous when you won't even be on stage? We're only here to find out the truth behind Aiko's death. Let's search carefully.
I know you're sort of a happy-go-lucky person, but there is something a little, like, unsettling about just like, we're only trying to solve my best friend's murder. She's gone forever. Let's watch a play. Tee-hee. I would like to point out, I mean, you probably already have noticed. I know I did, but I didn't call it out. Even in girl form, Yuma still has question mark hair. I feel like that says something really interesting. I mean, she does seem to be flirting with us. I know I'm a terrible judge of character when it comes to specific attribute. But, do either of us know what age I am? Her or Yuma? I mean, Yuma has amnesia, and the body of, like, a 12-year-old boy.
Wait, that's no way to talk to a master detective. Sorry, I'm starting to talk to you like any other friend.
It's alright. It helps me blend in.
Huh? So it's alright to be friendlier? I'll go all out if you don't mind.
Oh, no.
Sure.
I wish you were dead. I wish you'd die in a lake with your feet sticking out.
Now, Shinigami's bit is a little overplayed, I think. That's a very fun line of dialogue, though.
Oh, Yuma. All four of them are here together right now.
It's also, like, funny. I know it's, like, for our benefit, it's, like, a contrivance of the video game, but it's always kind of funny when she says those lines and there's, like, an appropriate pause in the conversation to allow for it to happen.
All four? What do you mean?
The 4 members of the theater club that I think have something to do with Aiko's death. See? They're on stage right now. The 2 in costumes are the main leads this time.
That's
the
a
blonde,
bustle, I
high-class
think.
looking girl
I think that's
on
a
the right
bustle.
is Karin.
It's not Cotton,
The
that's Karen.
English-looking one on the left is the other protagonist, Waruna. Below the stage is the honor student, Yoshiko. The one keeping a low profile in the windbreaker is Kurene.
I really wanted the 4th one to just be holding a knife covered in blood.
You think those four are suspicious? Why?
I have my reasons.
Do you also have a forte? That'd be
Look at
wild.
Karin, the classy one. Her beauty is unbelievable for a high schooler.
This is genuinely gonna make me insane. I understand that the game is Japanese in origin, but that's Karen. Your name is Wendy. Can we call her Karen? She's Karen. That's Karen? That's Karen.
The moment Aiko was gone, she had no problem climbing to the top.
Of course, because she's Karen. This is why this is important.
She has a strong fervor for acting, and seems to have no interest in making friends with others.
I see. She didn't come on this reality TV show to make friends then.
I suppose you could say she's the uncooperative type who only thinks about herself. Her father has a lot of influence in real estate, so he applies lots of pressure too.
So, you think that's why she took down Aiko to become the main lead?
That is the previously stated motive for any one of these 4 to have committed the crime. This is not new information.
I hate to say it, but I think it's possible.
It's true that this Karen does have an extraordinary grace to her,
Oh, look, there's a person. Someone joined us here.
but I think that dour look on her face reveals her inner thoughts.
Oh man, you know what would be so funny? Like, it wouldn't be useful at all, but it would be so funny if in this giant empty auditorium, that first girl who, like, enters the audience after us sat, like, right where Shinigami is. It's like, first off, like, why so close? And then secondly, like, what are we gonna do about that ghost?
Am I really walking down the right path? Did I wind up somewhere I'm not meant to be? I can almost hear her thinking that. In some ways, she's a lot like me.
That's like textbook projecting, my friend.
Huh? How are you alike? You sure don't look classy yourself.
I think I'm very fetching in these leggings.
I'll ignore that.
The other lead, Waruna, is the kind that only does what she wants on her own terms.
She also appears to be the sort who, like, purloins ancient artifacts from, like, Aztec culture or something.
But she
It
can
belongs
play
in a
any role
museum.
like she's a true genius. She's still rough around the edges according to critics, but she doesn't seem to care about what others think of her.
Why do you suspect her?
I am a little curious. Are those 2 costumes supposed to be part of the same setting? They don't immediately look that way.
She's the kind who doesn't hold back when it comes to getting what she wants and doesn't care what anyone thinks. As you can imagine, she's always butting heads with someone. Lorna would never admit defeat, ever.
Now, I appreciate that we're trying to characterize these 4 girls, but I have to say that this method of describing these girls is... it's fairly generic. Like, it basically just makes them all kind of sound like motivated and not driven by what other people think of them. I feel like we're just gonna get 4 variations on that, and it's not gonna actually help me to distinguish them in any meaningful way.
That's why everyone else is afraid of her. And she only talks to a few girls who follow her around. If someone with that kind of pushy personality got into an argument with Aiko...
She might push her. You know, like off the roof.
You're saying it's not out of character for her to take more drastic measures.
Yes.
It's a bit of a stretch, but considering how she did become one of the main leads, she could be considered suspicious.
That's Yoshiko below the stage. She's an actress, but she's managing the stagehands as production assistant this time. Everyone is talking about how Kaden will be the next big star.
Angel, I'm sorry to hear the bad news. I hope the news isn't as bad as it sounds. I hope everything turns out alright, but thank you for stopping by and also for letting me know that the notifications are working. That's actually a huge help to me. Just in and of itself, but I'm sorry that happened. I can't stand this Karen thing. This is genuinely gonna kill me.
But within the theater club, Yoshiko is more popular by an overwhelming degree.
I mean, it does seem like she's maybe the only one of the four who's not a complete a-hole.
She prioritizes the team over the individual. She's a kind, mild-mannered honor student.
She definitely killed her, right? Because she's so not suspicious. And again, last time, the guy who was, like, unbelievably suspicious definitely also did a murder, so, like, I don't know.
The only reason the theater club is able to function is thanks to her leadership.
And you think someone like her could have killed Aiko?
I don't personally suspect her that much, but Aiko used to be the club's leader. After she died, Yoshiko picked up right where she left off. I believe she's the only one who could ever take over Aiko's role.
Is it meant to be implied that Shinigami is, like, just sleeping now?
So Yoshiko maybe felt Aiko had what she thought was rightfully hers.
But would she resort to murder to change that?
I don't want to believe she would, but I can't say it's impossible. Kurane, the one in the wings wearing the windbreaker, manages the light since she wasn't chosen for a lead role. But when it comes to pure acting ability, she's one of the best.
Then why is she working on the lights? I mean, I get we're doing a whole teamwork and everyone in the theater club makes the theater run, but, like, that feels weird. She's our best actress, so we put her in charge of lights.
I guess you could say her acting method is distinct. Like, she's the only one who can do what she does. She's kind of gloomy. Or it's more like no one really knows what she's thinking. She's often alone in class, too.
We're probably gonna have fun interrogating her.
Do you think she's also a suspect?
She always aims for the lead role. Besides, who knows what she's thinking?
I suspect her because I just genuinely don't understand her. There's some honesty to that.
So you're saying maybe she actually despised Aiko and tried to take out her competition?
Maybe. It's why I consider her another suspect.
We've sure taken the scenic route to establish, like, a fairly basic fact that you really managed to set up with, like, a couple introductory lines of dialogue to this conversation.
I see. Alright then. The main leads are Kaden and Waruna. There's also Yoshiko, the group leader, and Kurane, the distinctive one.
You could call her that, I guess.
And in your eyes, Kurumi, you find them all suspicious?
I'm sure they'd be mad if they heard me, but yes, I do. Though the four of them are rivals, they weren't particularly hostile to each other before. However, after Aiko passed away, they started fighting for the main role.
With swords and guns and things.
They all rarely speak to each other now.
That's intense. It's true that it does seem suspicious. So, did you gather all that information yourself, Kurumi?
I mean, there's like a trivial amount of information.
To tell you the truth, I joined the theater club after Aiko's death in hopes of finding out what really happened.
That makes some sense of the earlier comment. Although it's weird that we're not currently doing anything to help the production, if that's true.
You're really determined, huh?
I am. I won't give up until I discover the truth behind Aiko's death.
We should hold hands, and then we could go to the mystery labyrinth together.
She must have been devastated by the loss of her friend. But she still found a way to push herself forward. All this to find the truth. I see. Sometimes the truth can be a goal that helps you press onward. Then I need to do what I can to help her. I have to find the truth behind this case.
On the other hand, some truths make you want to die when you discover them.
But you're a lot of fun at parties.
Be quiet. Besides, even if that were the case, if I let the truth be buried like this, more bad things could happen. That's why I'm going to help her find the truth. It's my duty as a detective.
Will you stop confusing detectives with heroes? Regardless, I have nothing to do with this, so whatever.
It's a pretty good power to just summon ice cream at will.
For someone who has nothing to do with it, you sure have some strong opinions.
Hey, Kurumi! You came at the right time!
I've been here for several minutes.
We're short-handed right now. We could use some help in the wings. You mind lending a hand?
Huh? But I'm...
Oh, don't mind me. I'll watch the stage from here.
Then I'll go help. Let's meet back here once I'm done.
Who's the cutie? A classmate?
Yeah, something like that.
He's definitely not a 12-year-old boy pretending to be a fully grown detective.
Where have you been hiding such a cute girl? Why don't you invite her to the theater club?
Is this a normal way for girls to talk about other girls at an all-girls school? Or is this like a weird anime thing that's happening?
Right.
That's so weird. This tooltip references a character who died on the train. It says that the stagehand uses a bag that is from the same brand that Poochie, the one with the super good hearing, likes. Oh,
Looks like it's about to begin.
pre-rendered theater.
She said this would be just like the actual performance. I wonder what it's like.
I hope it's in 4D and they do weird, like, smells and stuff.
Hello, everyone! Thank you for coming by after school when everything's so busy.
Is that... Okay, it is.
Doing?
Hey, Cyber Justin, welcome to the
Before
stream.
the theater club starts their performance, there's something I want everyone to hear. It's my debut song! I've practiced so much for this big day!
Just in case you're not current on this
Here it
Sniper
goes.
Justin, I feel like I need to catch you
Give me
up
the
by stating
spotlight.
we're investigating a murder by infiltrating an all-girls school in drag. And
so
this game
dumb.
is ridiculously anime.
Now we will begin
That's
the
hopefully
Junior
everything you need to
Academy's
know.
Theater Club rehearsal performance.
Inaudible applause from 3 people. And one of them's a ghost. Sort of.
Why would you do that, Desuhiko? What if they see through your disguise? Oh, come on, man. What's wrong with a little fun? A star always wants to stand on stage.
The prerogative to have a little fun is the best thing about being a woman, or so I hear.
You're kidding me. Even if your disguise is perfect, that was reckless of you.
Oh, it's fine to be reckless and my disguise is perfect. Damn, ruined my chance for an amazing debut.
I almost feel like we inverted those lines the way the sentence structure works.
Anyway, the
Yeah,
performance
it's
is about to
very
start.
anime in here. Also, that purple Slimer thing is our attractive anime girlfriend in blob form because she's a death god who pretends to be a ghost most of the time. There, I think that covers everything you need to know.
I knew I would find you here, Natasha.
There's already so many names to learn. Now they have character names within the play.
I knew you would come, Anatoly.
Come on with these names. I feel like I need to give, like the black sad lenience where I let the camera stop panning to make sure it won't break the game. Because if it does, it's really funny.
You have not changed at all in the past 10 years. Nay, you have become even more beautiful.
You, however, have changed. Your face is scarred and you look stern.
Nah, I think that's eyeshadow. I'm not really good at this sort of thing, but I think that's eyeshadow you're looking at.
I've longed for the days we spent here together. Back then, the world shone bright in the colors of the rainbow. But now, the only world I see is colored with crimson, draped in the blood of my fallen comrades.
What is the context of this play? You're hot. You're hideous. I know only war. What is this play?
Behold, even my own hands are stained red. Yet, you are still pure, unchanged from that day.
You really believe I have not changed? In truth, I had no choice in the matter. But because I did change, I chose to remain as I once was.
I see. These 10 years twere long for us both indeed.
I'm not an expert on these things. I don't think that's the correct usage of twir.
Within the tall, white walls, a clear fountain and colorful flowers decorated the garden.
Is it Eternal Sonata now? It's a slideshow of unrelated images.
This garden was the world to these two young girls. They held hands and ran through the sunflower field.
This is definitely a PowerPoint, right?
They sang to the blue sky and wore white clover crowns they had given one another.
Hey, point of order. This is a play. How does the PowerPoint how is it incorporated into the play? Like, aren't we watching what's happening on the stage? Like, how does this work?
The sunset was ever golden. Even the rare rain glittered brightly. The world was perfect. Everything shone like the shimmer in a rainbow. At the very least, that was how it was within these walls.
When did we start playing Eternal Sonata? It happened very suddenly, anime. We were just watching, like, two girls with, like, 3 aliases do one of the weirdest scenes I've ever seen because I couldn't figure out what the context was. And then we just cut to, like, an absolutely Eternal Sonata-styled slideshow. Somehow giving, like, background for the characters in that scene? Like, we are so murky on the details as to what's happening, when, or why.
The two sisters, Anatoly and Natasha.
I hope they tell us some of Chopin's thoughts about George Sand. Those were my favorite bits of the slideshows.
Were princesses of a 300-year-old kingdom to the far west. Since birth, they had never gone beyond the castle walls. Their youths were spent together alone.
Youths. So, Frozen. It's like Frozen then?
Sisters by birth, they had a happy life together.
Sisters by birth seems like an unnecessarily specific way of saying that.
But one day, their peace abruptly ended. A rebellion struck.
Oh, I think I get it. This is supposed to be the same type of summary that we got in the Nailman case when they were telling us the urban legend. But it feels much weirder in context. Partially because the music and some of the other elements make it seem like an Eternal Sonata slideshow, and also because we're supposed to be watching a stage play.
The military took the castle and declared the start of a new nation. Royal family members who resisted were executed, and their corpses hung in the garden.
No, it's nice sometimes to change up the look of the garden, right?
The castle walls were destroyed, and the flowers trampled.
Not the flowers! We just spruced up the garden with those corpses!
Anatoly and Natasha escaped the castle at night thanks to their servants.
Sure, we could hand-wave that.
But amidst the chaos, the two sisters were separated. Their hands brushed against each other. It would be the final time they ever touched.
Seems weird considering the context of the scene we just saw.
Natasha was hidden in a neighboring small nation. An ally of old, the princess was welcomed with the highest honor. However, Anatoly continued her journey of escape with the remaining members of the royal family. They traveled the frontier to avoid pursuers as they searched for a land of peace.
Is this like Final Fantasy or something? This just seems really in-depth for like a high school play.
As they continued down this path, their comrades fell one after another. 10 years have passed since.
15 minutes in. Boy, what a weird interlude.
Their performance is so intense in person. I can't take my eyes off the stage. Oh.
Everyone else is bored to sleep. Yep. Our companions are idiots. Nani?
Was that Yoshiko? Maybe she went to the restroom.
Maybe she did a murder.
I took up the sword for the first time after I left the castle. It was also the first time I killed. Have you ever witnessed a soldier's dying moments? As blood flows from open wounds, all you'll hear is a death rattle.
I really want Karen's character to just respond, like, really flippantly, being like, yeah, but, like, it took us so long to get the corpses out of the garden, and it smelled terrible. That's totally, like, the same thing.
Men speak proudly of honor and pride, but those vanish when you're on the battlefield.
Can love bloom even on the battlefield? Oh, here we go again.
Over the span of 10 years, Natasha was welcomed as the new head of state for a small neighboring nation.
I was not mentally or emotionally prepared for this to give me, like, the full Eternal Sonata treatment. I mean, if this cutscene goes on for, like, another, like, 9 actual, like, real minutes of theatrical performance, like, we'll be there, man.
She knew full well that her lineage was being taken advantage of for the nation's development. However, she had no choice but to allow this to happen. Meanwhile, Anatoly traveled the land. She had grown to become a leader of the wandering warrior tribes in the region. The sword she had mastered to survive had become the hope for many.
Probably shouldn't just try to, like, grab the sword barehanded like that. That feels needlessly dangerous.
The fight to regain their homeland had begun for these two princesses.
They're actually doing the whole play. Here's the confusing thing, though, is that this all feels like this is, like prologue to whatever the actual story of the play is. Because, like, it started in media res with them, like, reuniting, even though it said they would, like, never touch each other again or something. But, like, this is absolutely tell and don't show, which is not correct.
It all began when the former kingdom, now a military dictatorship, invaded the nation protecting Natasha. Natasha declared war, promising to regain control of her former castle. Seeing an opportunity, Anatoly rallied the people of the land to mount an invasion.
She only had the one outfit for, like, cocktail parties and the front lines.
They rode for the kingdom. At first, Natasha was disadvantaged, but the balance shifted upon uniting with Anatoly's forces.
I couldn't help but interpret that in, like, Dungeons and Dragons context. At first, she was disadvantaged, but she rolled 2 natural 20s anyway, and succeeded with a critical hit.
The enemy commanders saw the forces surrounding the castle. They knew there was no way to escape, and quickly surrendered. The war ended in a single day. And yet, people do not know of the 10 years of strife these two girls endured. The royal family was rebuilt, but the peace they had once known was not immediately restored.
What is this mind-boggling play What is going on in this world?
Natasha's forces desired control over the conquered kingdom. However, Anatoly's camp also sought control, having achieved many merits in battle. Though the two girls reached out to one another, their hands would never touch again.
Really keep emphasizing this in a weird way.
They were fated to strike each other down.
Oh, one of them's like good with a sword. I can't. Okay, for real though. Like I'm goofing a little bit, but like for serious. That's like a whole lot of political intrigue to try and convey in like stage scenes in like 30 minutes of theatrics. So like I get for the purpose of having this in the video game why we don't see all of that play out, but like that's 30 minutes of this play? The scope of this play is bananas. Why is it like this?
If we continue to fight, more blood will be spilled, weakening our nation.
You think she's literally reading it, actually? God, I hope that's not true. That's definitely worse. That's not better.
Hence why only one of us shall be queen, and end this war.
Why don't you just do the fusion dance and get it over with?
There is no path before us where we can walk hand in hand, as we did back then.
I know. I am prepared for what we must do.
Fusion dance?
That's why I've waited here for you. Draw your sword. We shall now decide who is fit to become queen.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're doing a good job of acting it, but, like, this character is clearly going to lose this fight for obvious reasons.
Drop the facade, Natasha.
They say this was the only source of safe entertainment in this terrible city. They strongly implied it. I don't think they said only. I think they said, like, one of few. Might be misremembering, but I think they implied others existed, but this was, like, a major one. Still, though, like, what's this... It's such an ambitious scope for, like, we've literally only ever seen these two characters. We're not doing some, like, crazy Les Mis thing where there's, like, a ton of people and, like, a cannon on the stage. It's just, like, it's implied that off-screen, like, war happened. Which, you know, like, there's context for that. But, like, the scope of this is so much broader than the types of things that normally do that. It's just weird. It's just a weird story and a weird way to tell it.
For these past 10 years, you sat on the throne as a princess. I know you know not how to wield a sword. I refuse to stain my hands with your blood. I could never will myself to kill you.
Okay, hear me out. I have an alternative. Why don't we play a game of Duel Monsters? That would make this better. But that might only be better for me. Maybe no one else wants that. But I really want them to just whip out 2 dual discs and then, like, all the accompanying sound effects of the life points going up, and then... Can we do that? Can we do that?
But at this rate, the nation will perish. Draw your sword, Anatoly!
Natasha.
She's got the hockey sword. You lose. Yeah, I've watched a Duel Monsters musical. But they touched. They said they would never touch! They said they couldn't touch, and they just did, though! You think this play is the whole reason the game was made? I could honestly believe that.
The whole time, so it was already dark anyway.
This definitely, like, I don't know how sincere you are in that comment, Demolition, but, like, this reeks of, like, I had this cool idea for a story that I have no ability to use anywhere, and I'm already working on this video game, so...
Is she talking in her sleep? That was weird. Wait,
I hear
why
the
am I
secrets
wasting
that you
time
keep.
thinking about it. The lights are on again. Back to the show.
Oh, like, we've been playing detective games all year. We play a lot of detective games on this channel. Someone definitely just died. Or is, like, about to die due to something that was set up in that brief period of time the lights were off. This is not my first murder rodeo. I don't recommend going to them. They're very dangerous.
Now, let us eat.
How is that the next How's that the next thing that happens in that scene?
Yes. Allow me to pass the plate.
Thank you, Anatoly.
I still say we should have played Duel Monsters.
The two spent time together again, for the first time in years.
You can't look at this and tell me it's not literally just Eternal Sonata. I can't handle this. It's like exactly the same style. It's unbelievable.
However, they could not run through the garden like they used to.
Because they couldn't touch, even though they did. Stop asking questions.
Together, they carried the lives of tens of thousands on their shoulders. What was expected of the girls was no longer a crown of flowers, but a real crown instead.
Did people expect the girls to crown of flowers? Rise up and touch hands.
If I
Natasha
could simply defer
Atoli.
the
Very
throne to
good,
you
sir.
and end it all, I would have done so in the beginning.
It's distracting to me how well endowed she is. That's a very busty dress, and every time, man, it's just right there.
A queen's crown would fit you better, Natasha. However,
I do love Eternal Sonata, but like, that game is like deeply criticized for like being ridiculously stupid, and rightly so. But like, this game just like does this for no reason, out of nowhere, and I haven't heard anyone. I've heard no mention of this. There's a lot of time devoted to this, like almost as much as Eternal Sonata.
the war would not simply end there.
How did it end up this way? What are we supposed to do?
Natasha wept in anguish as Anatoly gently embraced her.
I mean, like, to be clear, they said they, like, wouldn't touch hands. But they've touched in, like, numerous other ways than just this scene alone. Also, this play has no other characters, despite being about, like, at least, like, 4 nation-states.
How wonderful it would be if we could flee somewhere together. But both knew full well that could not be. After a long silence and much internal strife, Natasha rose. She knew this could not go on forever. For the nation, and for themselves.
I mean, they could have some kind of joint leadership. It feels... I don't really know what they're getting at, but I do feel like we're about to do the poison wine minigame from The Princess Bride.
She invoked her nation's ancient tradition. A new queen would be chosen through a duel of cups and poison.
Yeah, like I said. Also, Duel Monsters would be much more interesting. I mean, the giant holograms would really break up the Eternal Sonata slideshow. 45 minutes in! It's the longest play in the world! My god. And like a murder's already, like a murder happened like 15 minutes ago and it's still just happening. I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Let us end this, Anatoly.
Natasha, what do you intend to do?
Is it A-pose? I feel like we should be A-posing if we're gonna be doing Eternal Sonata stuff. You'd never be able to carry that while A-posing.
I leave it for the heavens to decide who will survive.
Yeah, real poison seems like a real possibility for sure. It does seem like it really complicates dress rehearsal to, like, kill one of your actors every time you perform this.
On the day we were separated, I was given this poison by our family in order to commit suicide.
It's mint flavored if that helps. That was so like Barbie movie. I'm not used to that being full.
Switch the glasses around until I cannot tell which one has the poison in it.
It's a very
Once
honor
you're
system
finished,
system.
I will reorder the glasses as well.
No peeking.
The duel of poisoned cups. Very well. We shall ask God which of us deserves to survive.
Listen,
Though
for all the
perhaps
crap
it
I
will
give
be the
this game,
god
it
of
has a
death
lot of
that
good dialogue.
answers.
As melodramatic as that is, I'm a big fan of, like, needless melodrama. Haggis, you're just in time for... I can't even explain to you what's going on, but Eternal Sonata slideshows have been flying off the shelves in this game.
Finished.
I'm losing it.
It is my turn then.
Also, congrats on the new job. Start Monday, that's very exciting. In the meantime, this is it. Here, while we wait for them to switch the poison cups, congrats on the job. I have these things for a reason.
I am ready.
We are doing this. Anyone else feel like this would be better as a musical? I feel like I want them to sing and dance now.
I grant you the right to select a glass. I shall take the remaining one.
Very well. God, shut this up.
Very well.
I can't reach the... My bustle is enormous. I cannot reach the glass. Could you hand it to me?
Natasha, promise me. If you survive, promise you will bring peace to this kingdom.
It just starts being a musical right now. That honestly feels like it's on brand for whatever we've been watching.
Be a bit more selfish in your personal life. That would balance things out, I think.
I also have something to say, Anatoly.
I hope it's something
If you
needlessly mean.
survive, wear a dress fit for
Yeah,
a
it's a
queen,
little weirdly
no matter
mean.
how much you hate it.
I'm dressed for a 90s nightclub. Is this not appropriate
Well
for a queen of whatever era we
To
live
the new
in?
queen. Cheers.
Did they do a gift to the Magi and they both poisoned themselves? Yeah, I think they're both gonna die. I don't know why, but I have that feeling too, Sarah. She definitely for real died. That one definitely for real died. Is the other one okay? Did only she die?
Huh?
Cotton!
Huh? What?
Is she?
But... Lorna, are you alright?
She's dead! She's really dead! Somebody call the ambulance!
Oh, what's wrong?
What's wrong? Someone died! What kind of question is what's wrong? Did they know the one was so old it turned to poison itself? I mean, that would definitely kill both of them, though, right? Jeez. That'd be so funny. It's like she has that horrible attack and everyone's freaking out, and then someone, like, gets up close, like, nah, it's just allergy. She gets like that sometimes. It's been a rough spring. She's so method. Is this a Danganronpa? It's by the guy who did Danganronpa. I imagine you're asking because the blood is neon pink. Yes.
What do I do? What do I do?
Yeah, that's rough. She died, like, super violently.
Somebody call for a teacher! Please report it to the peacekeepers!
No, don't do that. We hate that.
Our theater club rehearsal performance is hereby canceled. I repeat.
Please stop applying that effect to things. It didn't work for Seth Burrows, and it's still not good.
Huh? What's going on?
Oh, a crime!
Wahoo.
What happened? Is this part of the show?
No, I don't think so. I think this is real.
Then that's a real
What's
corpse
funny is,
on the
like,
stage.
a lot of times when you see, like, in fiction, like, someone dies in the middle of a performance, and, like, people are like, oh no, is this real? Like, it feels kind of, like, disingenuous. But, like, considering the absolutely unhinged nature of what we saw of that performance, I think it's very legitimate to be like, just to be clear, the part where, like, the classmates came on stage in, like, modern-day school uniforms and commented that, oh my god, she died for real, That's not part of the play with the implied wars and then the slideshow, Eternal Sonata style, and then they keep talking about holding hands like it's Wally or something. Like, I just need to be really sure that that's, like, not supposed to happen, because I honestly can't tell.
Tetsuhiko, this is where master detectives come in. We have to do something.
Oh, no. I can't deal with corpses.
Huh?
Dead people's faces terrify me. I can't handle looking at them.
I mean, nobody said that the master detectives had to be homicide detectives. Maybe he's a vice detective or something.
And the blood. What's with the blood?
What is with the blood? What's the deal with all the blood at crime scenes?
It's all way too horrifying. I can't deal with gory stuff.
You're joking, right? You're a master detective.
It's master detectives are a rank. It doesn't actually imply, like, competence.
But I'm not assigned to murders. I mainly handle undercover investigations and stuff like that.
This, like, honestly, like, that's legitimately fair. Like I was just saying, like, not every detective is a homicide detective. Like, as much as I want to give Tetsuhiko crap for sucking, like, that's fair.
So, yeah, I'll leave this to you. I grant you the right to investigate the crime scene, rookie.
Oh, thank you, so generous.
What? I'll use my disguise ability and try to lead the panicking students out of here. I'll leave the rest to you.
That's literally all Halara could do. Yeah, that would be pretty awkward,
Stay
huh?
calm. Let's all move into the hall in an orderly manner.
I mean, like, not only is that most useful for, like, a murder scene, but, like, it's also just, like, her ability, like, requires, like, a third party to, like, find the body of a murder victim, didn't it? At least the way she described it, it does. Maybe she could, like, witness the scene of the crime as, like, a third party entered a vandalized area or something, but I feel like it only works for murders.
Yuma! What do I do? This is awful!
I don't know, man. I don't know the protocol.
Stay calm, Kurumi. That wasn't an act just now, right?
That's not in the script.
I think no one's actually read the whole thing. It's all really confusing. There's like 700 pages.
Cotton really coughed up blood. She's really dead.
I know, I'm really suspicious of that as well, Sarah. Something about the timing of when she left and when she came back and all this, like, it's not a great look for Wendy Kurumi. Sorry, Kurumi Wendy.
Who could have thought a real murder would happen during a play?
She's so dead. She's just, like, extremely dead.
First Aiko and now Cotton? Is the school cursed?
In a way, I'm glad that it was Karen who died. Well, no, I imagine that will cause them to refer to the victim as Karen for perpetuity. This is probably the worst possible outcome, now that I'm, like, thinking about it.
Yuma, it's a murder case.
Yeah.
But if the peacekeepers come, they'll just cover it up again. Please, I need your help. Please investigate this case, Yuma.
You want me to do it?
Is she thinking that, like, she's ingratiated herself to us with all her flattery, and that we will inherently want to pin this on someone else? God, that's a short skirt.
Got it.
You're just doing what she says again? Wow, if you want to get on the flat-chested Uggo's good side that badly.
Hey, you also want to peek at the crime scene for your own reasons.
Your own definitely wholesome reasons for wanting to see the body.
Busted.
Anyway, it'll be trouble when the peacekeepers arrive. Let's search the crime scene before they get here.
I mean, you still kind of have to, like... You know what I should do is save more? Just, like, as a matter of saving more? Save over this. Yeah, it also seems... That thought had occurred to me too, Sarah.
All right.
Make sure no one tells the peacekeepers anything. I mean, like, there's a limit to how much you really have to conceal from the peacekeepers, because, like, they'll just take the minimum amount of information and be like, yeah, whatever, like, a wizard did it. Alright, it's lunch. Break for lunch? Investigation!
I'm not sure if it will help, but can I tell you what I saw?
Yes, but as a detective with the coalesce ability, we have to hold hands. I know it's weird, but we have to.
Yes, please.
During the performance, I was doing odd jobs in the wings. Aside from the theater club members, there wasn't anyone wandering about, like an outsider. I mean, other than when Desuhiko jumped in right at the beginning of the play.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
You really are sorry, cop, huh?
Well, that's part of the investigation, right? You can't see everyone from the stage after all. Isn't
Sure.
that why he went up there?
Yeah,
So he could
definitely.
memorize
Stop
all the
asking
faces over
questions.
Right.
Do you think that deception worked?
I think he just wanted attention. But setting that aside, since she didn't see any outsiders, the only persons of interest are those within the theater club. I'll keep that in mind while taking a look around. I've done a few investigations already. I should be able to handle this now.
Yet you were hopelessly reliant on yours truly until now. I see it's not your brain making the decisions anymore.
The eyes are wide open from agony. The body is completely motionless.
I mean, that last part seems pretty self-evident.
I can immediately tell she's dead. Though she displayed many expressions while acting, her face is frozen in death in the end.
They should not have sent a poet. They should have sent an actual detective. None of this is helping.
This isn't an act. She was struck by an abrupt and unscripted death.
I was
Was it
talking about
poison?
wieners.
That's true. That took a minute to process, huh, Demolition? We were talking about wieners, or at least Shinigami was.
That's most likely the case. There are no external injuries, and given the circumstances, she must have ingested poison.
I don't know why. It's always, like, funny to me when, like, someone asks, like, cause of death in a case like this, and I always want the response to be, like, natural causes. Like, did she die from poison? And, like, she, like, coughed up all the blood in her body at once and then collapsed after, like, retching horrifyingly? It's like, nah, natural causes. Weirdest thing.
This will be tough to solve if that's the case. I know nothing about poison.
What? A detective who doesn't know his poisons? Don't tell me you're a poison virgin!
I mean, the implications of that are, like, deeply unsettling. But let's keep in mind that you created some sort of pact that removed all my memories, so, like, I might have encyclopedic knowledge of poison that you took away.
Ew, gross!
Gross what?
Well, you perverted little detective. Get on your knees and apologize, and maybe I'll teach you a thing or two. How about something like, I'm sorry, I should know my place. I can't live without you, Shinigami.
If she was murdered with poison while on stage, the poison must have been prepared somewhere else. I need to look for that while checking out anywhere else that seems suspicious.
Hey, don't ignore me, jerk.
Now, an interesting thing is, considering that the way the scene plays out, like, they're kind of not supposed to know which glass is which, but, like, it also doesn't matter to the production who ends up with what glass, because neither one of them should ostensibly be poisoned. Is there some chance the poison was meant for the other one, you think? Also, why would a detective need to have full knowledge of all poisons? I mean, it would certainly help anime, but, like, I don't think it's a prerequisite. I mean, like, in modern detective work, that's why you have, like, specialists who can analyze chemicals and stuff like that. Like, as long as someone has that knowledge who works with the police department, it shouldn't be necessary for a detective to, like, know that offhand.
Yep, it's a corpse.
Okay, well, we all know that the last thing we look at is the corpse. Hi,
Not
Wendy.
only is Aiko gone, but now Kaden too.
You're doing that on purpose.
Could this also be a fight for the lead role?
If so, those most suspicious are Kaden's rivals, Yoshiko, Waruna, and Kurane. Is the culprit one of those three? I need to find out if there was anything suspicious about them during the performance. Kurumi was in the wings the whole time, so perhaps she knows something about the others.
What was the production manager doing? She appeared in the aisle at one point, which was weird.
Before the incident occurred, do you know where Yoshiko was and what she was doing?
I didn't see Yoshiko in the wings. She may have been watching from the audience.
Oh, right. Speaking of which, during the performance, I noticed Yoshiko walking down the aisle. I thought she was coming back from the restroom.
Thought she was getting married, because I stopped paying attention to what I was doing like 3 hours into that 9-hour play.
But I didn't see her take her seat. What if she wasn't part of the audience? Where could she have been?
I mean, it doesn't preclude involvement in the murder, but like, if I was gonna try to be responsible for poisoning someone on stage, being in the audience or being outside the auditorium aren't like super likely places to do that from. Waruna. I mean, she was on stage most of the time, because there's only 2 characters in this ludicrous play.
Kurumi, did you notice anything suspicious about Waruna while you were watching from the wings?
As far as I can tell, Waruna was just her usual self.
This also seems really excessive if this is for a fight for the lead role. Anyway, I'm not sure if you were here before, but like, before we started watching that genuinely insane play, there's a moment where we were like talking to someone and they were like, oh yeah, I think it was actually Wendy, who was like, yeah, this is like one of the only forms of entertainment in the Kanai ward because it sucks here and nobody is allowed to have any fun per mandate of the Amaterasu Corporation. So it's like actually like a big deal to get the lead in this all-girls high school play.
She was listening to music right up to the start of the play. I think that's how she concentrates.
Did she go near the glasses or bottle before the performance?
I wasn't watching her the entire time, but if she did go near the set, I think I would have noticed.
I see. Waruna was the closest to the victim. That's ample opportunity to commit the crime. But still, how did she add the poison?
I mean, I guess...
Couldn't have been during the performance, right?
In the sense that part of the performance is like messing with the glasses for a while, it's possible. But it seems like it would be hard to do it undetected.
Wait, now that I think about it, right after the lights went dark in that one scene, she went near the shelf to pick up a plate. Her back was toward the audience, so I couldn't see her hands.
Yeah, that's fair.
But she only had 2 or 3 seconds max. Could she have poured hidden poison in the glass in that time?
Better question. Do you think that she could have tried to, like, take some, like, powdered Tylenol and get, like, half of it in her own face somehow?
Did she have any other opportunities after? The next time she touched the glasses was during the shuffling scene.
I don't know, Katie. Welcome to the stream. How's it going this Friday? You missed the Eternal Sonata play. We're having a really wild time here. Yeah, it does sound impossible, Demolition. I literally don't understand the physics of it. No one would be capable of doing that. Especially with the entire packet of medicine already, like, fully inside their own mouth.
But it was Kaden who moved the glasses and bottle. She also prepared the poison vial.
I know. I think that Karen is the culprit because she couldn't take the pressure of being the lead, but wanted to die in an incredibly dramatic way.
And plus, after shuffling, Kaden was the one who chose the first glass. Given the situation, it'd be difficult for Waruna to poison Kaden specifically.
It's true. I mean, at least... Marino's character was meant to allow the other character the choice of bottle or choice of glass first, and since she also drank hers, it'd be hard for her to poison just one and not get sick herself. And by get sick, I mean die extremely violently.
What about Kurane? Did she seem strange before the incident occurred?
I haven't seen Kurane. She was working up above the whole time.
Above? Oh, she was managing the lights then.
There's a catwalk above to adjust the lights, and that's where Kurane was supposed to be. So I didn't see her in the wings. There's another girl handling the lights, so it would be helpful to speak to her.
It'd be so funny if, like, up on the lighting catwalk, she somehow, like, administered poison, like, 30 feet below or something.
Before the performance, did you notice anything off about Cotton?
Well, I think she was more on edge than usual.
For some reason, she said out loud to people, "I hope I don't die of poisoning today." It's really weird.
She yelled at underclassmen who were late in preparing for the show. She also paced around restlessly. That's not just today. She's been that way since Aiko's death. Maybe the whole battle for the lead role had stressed her out. But since she was murdered after Aiko, she should be considered another victim, right? If she knew someone was out to get her, then it's not strange for her to be mentally unstable.
Karen was more tense than usual prior to the start of the performance.
The ones fighting for the lead role are Yoshiko, Waruna, and Kurane. None of them seem particularly suspicious so far.
Hey, how long are you gonna keep this up? I'm so over playing 20 questions with this ugly chick.
That reminds me, the lights went dark during the performance, right? The entire hall was blacked out. Wouldn't it be possible for someone to sneak up on stage and place the poison then?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that, but I don't think it's possible.
It would be pretty hard to do that and not, like, be noticed, like, tripping over something or bumping into someone on stage, or even just to, like, make it there, administer the poison somehow, and get off the stage before the lights came back on.
Why not?
The blackout lasted for only 5 seconds. We measure it each time to ensure there are no mistakes.
Wait, that blackout was intentional? It seemed to serve no bearing to the scene. That's like an Untold Legends cut. This whole play is just like the greatest hits of like the weirdest production decisions in all my favorite games.
So someone would have to move through the dark, get on stage, apply the poison, and get away, all in 5 seconds.
That like genuinely sounds like something Columbo would do. It's just like he's like constantly timing whether someone could get someplace in the amount of time he suspects they did.
That sounds impossible to me. If they were in a hurry, their footsteps would have been heard by everyone too.
So if Spider-Man was going to make an appearance, it would probably be a reference to Spider-Man Noir, which was like in an otherwise like very action-oriented Spider-Man game, Shattered Dimensions. And I always struggled with those segments because I like really got into the flow of like the normal combat, but you were supposed to be stealth, and like the detection like grid of the enemies was like really aggressive.
From the audience, it may be impossible, but what about from the wings?
No, there were multiple club members, including me, in the wings at all times. While the lights are out, we are always on standby to support the actors. If someone went on stage, the other members and I would have noticed.
I guess it's not possible then.
Even an amateur has more logic than you. I guess you're useless without a certain someone.
Okay, real talk. Who do you think is like less helpful to have as a companion to your investigation? Shinigami, in her current attitude being upset about the existence of Kurumi Wendy, or Bill under any circumstance from Lamplight City, your partner who haunts you after he blames you for his death. that's not really your fault. Chad repeatedly indicates Bill not close. I mean, look, Bill is awful, but, like, I don't know. I feel like it's relatively close, only in that Shinigami is basically acting like Bill, which is why I asked the question. Table. Ooh, I can look at several things, including poison.
This file is supposed to have poison in it, according to the script. But it's empty now. It's dry and shows no signs of ever being wet.
Come on now.
To be sure, the poison in this file wasn't real, and it was just another prop, right?
Come on, man. I'm really trying to give you the benefit of the doubt here. But, like, what kind of question is that to ask? Just making sure. This high school production of, like, needlessly complicated medieval drama doesn't typically involve literally poisoning someone, right? I mean, if we've gotten this far to the point where we're investigating this as a murder scene, I feel like we should be taking that much for granted.
Absolutely.
I might
it was
get
always
wet
empty.
down there.
There it is. I thought we'd get there.
The contents spill easily because of the loose lid, so we don't even keep colored water in it. Cotton just pretended to pour poison from the vial into the glass on stage.
Yeah, she did the Barbie thing.
Then it's hard to imagine there being any poison inside it.
Empty from the beginning. It's dry and shows no signs of ever being wet. Glass?
There are 2 glasses on the table. The props used for the Duel of Poisoned Cups.
It's a pretty cool name, but it's like a way worse song than Duel of the Fates.
I think this glass was supposed to be stored upside down on the shelf in the back. Cotton was the victim, but she's also the one who set it on the table. Maybe poison was already applied to the glass beforehand.
Hey, do you know who prepared these glasses?
Oh, it's the girls on prop duty. The freshmen are handling them this time.
Do you know where this glass was before it was placed on stage?
Props are kept in the theater club storage. This glass should have been in there too.
Props are kept in the lethal poison dishwasher. What, you don't have one of those at home?
The theater club storage. In that case, any club member would have access.
Oh, why is this giving me flashbacks to the clergy-only incinerator?
Was real poison applied to the glass?
I mean, it's plausible, I guess, that the poison could have been administered at another time, but this is actually a thing that really bothers me in, like, movies and TV shows and stuff, is how often poison is depicted as being immediate, whereas I feel like my instinct says, like, a really high percentage of poison would have to, like, run through your system a little while, and thus wouldn't, like, immediately cause you to, like, vomit all of the blood out of your body like happened here. But, like, it, like, almost always gets shown as, like, you take one sip and then you die. Hi, Ice-Bunny, welcome to the stream. We're investigating a murder in the drama club. Dun, dun, dun.
I just thought it could be possible.
But there's the risk of being caught by applying the poison after it was moved to the set. If poison was applied, it would have been before being brought to the set.
I mean, certainly, anyway, I'm not saying that no poison works that way, but it seems suspicious to me how infrequently it's depicted as that being possible, when I think it's genuinely more likely, probably by a lot.
But on days like this, when there's an open rehearsal, props are brought out of storage right after school. The glass should have stayed on that shelf the whole time.
After school. Which means it'd be even harder to apply poison before then.
Yes. At the very least, the props in the set were fully prepared at least 1 hour before the performance.
This seems silly to me. The glasses were placed upside down on the stage shelf at least 1 hour prior to the performance. Ah, yes, because once a wine glass is set face down, obviously it can't be moved without someone obviously noticing that it had been disturbed in some way. Bottle.
There's a wine bottle on the table. Karen poured the liquid from this bottle and started to suffer after drinking it. Then that means there's a chance the poison was mixed into this bottle.
It's not likely unless somehow the Warune, the yellow outfit lady, unless she somehow like took some counter agent or antidote or something. Like they both drank from it.
This isn't wine in here, right?
Somebody says most poison takes years of exposure before it kills you. I mean, that's true of things that are sort of toxic, right? Like things in the environment that are like detrimental to you. Like that's definitely true. I mean, like a proper poison, something meant to be lethal as ingested. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I would expect that to be like a few hours on average.
Of course not. It's just grape juice. I poured out the bottle and replaced what was inside.
Or a really bad allergic reaction. I mean, I wouldn't expect an allergic reaction to look like what we saw on stage, but like that is a way that you could have two people share something and it only kill one of them. That's true, anime.
Huh? You, Kurumi?
After class, I was asked to help out before I went
That's
to
not
get
great.
you. I'm still a theater club member after all.
That is not great for the home team. And by the home team, I mean Kurumi Wendy.
Were both the wine and grape juice sealed before you swapped them out?
Yes. I received the unopened wine bottle from a club member.
And also a separate, unrelated bottle labeled "Do not add to wine. Very poison. Sad face."
I uncorked the bottle and poured the wine down the sink. It's a waste, but we can't drink it anyway. After that, I went to the cafeteria and bought a can of grape juice. Of course, this was also unopened.
I understand the point of stating that explicitly, but it's really funny. Like, I want you to know I did not buy a can that was already open.
I poured the juice into the bottle, then put the cork back. I passed the bottle to a club member, and my job was done.
Like, as if that's a thing you would, like, ever accidentally do.
That bottle was then placed with the glasses on the shelf before the performance.
I see. With so many people around, poison couldn't be added to the bottle after it was placed on stage.
I also just have to point out, I'm not, like, extremely well-versed in the nature of, like, theatrical production, particularly props, but, like, for, like, a high school play, isn't it weird to, like, use an actual wine bottle at all? Wouldn't it be easier to get some other type of bottle and just put, like, a label on it? Just to, like, not risk the minors drinking at all? I know it's minor, but, like, it just seems like an unnecessary way to do it. This one says, Vassery actually warned not to lick brushes with yellow paint. Because toxicity there killed within 30 minutes, but white paint was lead. And would take years to do its worst. Did they tell you all these specific colors? Were they trying to get you to do murders? Were you in some sort of murder art class, Ice Bunny?
If poison was mixed in, it'd be before it was brought on stage.
Because I feel like it might be sufficient to say, like, maybe don't eat the paint if you have concerns about that as a teacher. It's just kind of interesting to be so specific about it. Grape juice was inside the wine bottle. Kurumi switched out the wine for juice. The bottle was placed on the shelf with the glass. So that's all of those. I think that's actually everything to look at on stage. Oh no! Misplaced script!
There's a script on the floor.
That's the script of the play. Someone must have dropped it in all the chaos.
False. Given the scope of the production, there's no chance that that book contains all the text of the play, even in Japanese.
The script describes the Duel of Poisoned Cups scene. The character Natasha, played by Cotton, is supposed to take the wine and glasses from the shelf.
Right.
After that, the glasses are shuffled on stage. According to the script...
Anatoly shuffles glasses. Note, make sure the audience cannot see the glasses. Yeah, that's troublesome. Now, I guess I'm making the assumption that this is not an art class for young children anime, but also, I feel like it's... I feel like, again, my point from before is valid of, like, then just caution them not to eat anything, rather than to tell you how quickly you could kill someone by using the paint as literal poison. As for, I agree. I do find the technical aspect of that interesting. Nice, funny. I just think it's peculiar is all. Anatoly finished. Natasha, it's my turn then. Natasha also shuffles in a similar way. I am ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. They stand on opposite sides of the table
After
facing
that,
each other.
Cotton takes the first glass, and they both drink at the same time.
Again, I can't help but express that they should have just settled this with duel monsters.
Unfortunately, Cotton's glass turned out to actually be poisoned.
Kurumi, I was wondering about this script. It says, make sure the audience cannot see the glasses. Why is that?
I assume the intention is to keep the audience from knowing who's going to be poisoned until the dramatic reveal.
It's to make the result feel unpredictable to the audience.
Ding!
If the glasses are visible, no matter how fast they are shuffled, the audience can see which one has the poison.
I mean, probably not from the nosebleeds, but sure.
The script doesn't say anything about how many times to shuffle the glasses, or which one will have the poison in it.
Exactly. There's no poison to begin with, so it doesn't matter which one's picked.
See, someone in chat was sassing me, but that's what I said. Is like, for the purpose of the stage production, it doesn't matter what glass ends up where.
You just pick any glass and act out your death after drinking.
Which again means that if there was a specific target in mind, as Sarah rightfully did point out earlier, it's possible that if Kurumi Wendy is the culprit and is using this to try and get revenge and is just generally suspicious of all of them or whatever her precise trajectory is for doing this, that she wouldn't actually care who got hit. She just wanted to frame the rest somehow. So, like, then it wouldn't matter to her who did it, just as long as one of them died to the poison.
In the script, Cotton was to die. But I didn't think she'd actually die.
I mean, I feel like that goes without saying.
I see. Since the instructions aren't precise, both actresses don't know the results from shuffling either.
Although, in fairness to whoever was sassing me about that, I would tend to think... I mean, there's two ways to look at it. Like, I do think naturally this makes sense to me, the way they frame this. Like, this seems realistic, that you would, like, do it in a not necessarily deterministic way, and the intention is to, like, obscure it from the audience for dramatic intent. But, like, it's also very possible that, like, in the rehearsal process, you would still sort of come up with a way that you would repeatedly do it, just for, like, peace of mind as an actress. During the scene with the shuffling of glasses, the result was unpredictable. I'm sure that's not important. I'm sure we just found that for fun. Oh, wow, that's like a big... There's a whole... Oh, it'll actually let me go back here. I wasn't expecting that.
I don't think there's anything on this side.
Okay, that's fair. There's like a whole, like, truck loading... Like, what's happening over here? Anything over here, though? There's
My place is among the gentry, so these don't suit my palate.
There's donuts. Can I have them? Can I take them to the bathroom?
There's
You
no
know, to
point
do
in
normal
going that way.
donut things?
She mentioned that the catwalk for adjusting the lights is up above. Are those the stairs to reach them?
I would guess so.
Would you like to go check up there?
Yeah, I would.
The
Always look at the
spotlights
body
for
last,
stage are set
chat.
over there. It's a lot narrower than I thought. It's pretty high up.
Yeah. It'd be hard on anyone with the fear of heights.
Oh, we're playing this game again? It'd be really funny if the chief culprit was the same guy from the clock tower thing who we ruled out for having a fear of heights, and we're like, now wait a minute, I've been through this already.
So you can move the lights as needed for the play.
The table is directly below, which means you can't see the glasses getting shuffled from the audience seats, but they could have been visible from up here.
But it's still the actresses responsible for shuffling them. I'm not sure how it would be relevant to see that from up here after it's too late to interact with anything.
I could find out for sure if I could talk to someone that was up here.
Multiple spotlights for the stage on the catwalk. The walkway itself is narrow and high enough that it's not easily accessible. It's all the TV there is. I literally haven't looked at the body. I'm not ending the investigation.
Come on!
That's weird. It really acts like I did that. I don't think I did that. Did I? Did I do that? Did I do that? Anyway, I guess I get in the investigation.
Well, I think I've checked all that I can for now. I have a good idea of how things work around here. It seems certain Cotton died from drinking poison, but I couldn't find any clues that point to how it was done.
Nah, but it seems pretty likely that Wendy had something to do with it, huh?
Oh, stuck already, Mr. Pervert Detective?
Yeah, I think you might be right about that, Anime. I don't think I clicked the body, but I think in this case it, like, made you... Something about, like, entering the scene had you interact with the idea that she had to be poisoned first. Or maybe I just misclicked it or something. For me, I always look at the body last because it's the dumbest way to do it. But I think it may have forced me to, or maybe I just, like, misclicked or something. Somebody says emerald green is not as it became a produced pigment. Not pigments in oil paint are earths or minerals, but contains arsenic that reacts with moisture in rooms, and the reaction product kills. Yeah, that's a dangerous paint. That definitely sounds like something from, like, a murder case.
If you need my adorable angel's whisper to help, maybe you should get on your knees and beg.
Why is Angel's Whisper highlighted in a different color? It's not the name of a special anime attack that we're aware of.
What angel? You're a death god.
Also that point.
I shouldn't even pay attention to her. But she's right. I'm stuck. What should I do?
Yuma, if you're done with the crime scene investigation, are you conducting the questioning next?
Yes.
Questioning?
Don't ask questioning. Just lean into it, you goon.
Aren't you going to talk to Yoshiko, Marina, Kurane, and the others?
Oh, right. Let's go and talk to them.
Like I definitely planned to do before a minute ago. Shut up.
She's such a loudmouth.
But how do we talk to them? I doubt they'll be too willing to share anything with me. I joined the club only recently, so they don't trust me. And you're a complete outsider, Yuma.
I got this. I got this. So we're gonna go find Desuhiko, and then have her dress up like Yuma. And then they'll trust him, and I'll still be girl Yuma. And I've lost the plot, but I think Sarah likes this idea.
Even though you're disguised as a cute girl right now.
That's it! A disguise! Maybe this could work if we use Desuhiko's disguise.
Oh my god, I'm just the right amount of stupid to know how this game works.
We could disguise as any of the girls and start questioning them.
Oh, they didn't just send the peacekeepers, they sent the Vice Admiral right hand of the
They're here
peacekeepers.
already.
That woman. She was the one with that Yomi guy.
I am the Amaterasu Peacekeeper's Vice Director, the trusted right hand, showered with love by Director Yomi himself.
Gross. I also hate your lipstick.
Martina Electro.
It's very corpsey.
Goodness me. You've surely done something reckless this time around.
That was, just to be clear, that wasn't me.
Whoops. Looks like she found out you snuck into a girls' school. I think this deserves the death penalty, don't you?
No, I don't think... I think the universe in which this game takes place is stupid enough that no one can see through this disguise.
There's a reason why I'm dressed this way.
Don't... Oh, you have the worst poker face, Yuma. Don't immediately say that you're dressed like a girl in a high... Then you'll just get arrested for different crimes.
What are you doing? Hurry up and make the arrest.
Wait, I can explain!
Huh? What?
Well, that took an unexpected turn.
You have no right to remain silent. You have no right to talk to a lawyer either.
You don't have any rights, but we're going to specifically reference Miranda rights, which don't exist in this world to begin with, just to make the point that you don't have any rights.
You only possess two rights. Confess the truth, and beg Amaterasu Corporation for mercy.
That feels like one sort of conjoined right. That's not much of a right so much as it's the only option given how corrupt the system is.
Take her away.
Hey! What's going on?
Please, wait!
Are you
It's
sure
so-
you want to try and stop Amaterasu Peacekeeper Vice Director Martina?
It's so mild and so passive. They're taking her friend away to like arrest her unjustly, as far as we currently know, for crimes. And we're like, no, stop, come back. Please don't do it.
Yeah, tell me, why are you taking Kurumi?
To arrest her, naturally. On the suspicion of murdering Karin.
Oh man, look at that like Power Rangers gun she has in her holster. That's so Sentai.
Huh?
What? Why would I do that?
We've reached this conclusion following an interrogation of a person of interest.
Uh-huh.
According to them, you were responsible for handling the contents of the wine bottle prior to the start of the play.
I mean, that's literally true and inherently suspicious, but I'm a little curious who mentioned that. Did someone go out of their way to do it and try to set her up, even though she probably kind of did it?
It's clear you took the opportunity to pour poison inside it.
It was only grape juice. I didn't add any poison.
Besides, where would she even get poison from?
Ms. Martina,
The poison
this was discovered in
store?
the chemistry lab.
It's gack. It's like a big old jar of gack.
Oh, it appears my deduction was correct. The poison was right under our noses.
Hey, could this video game get serious for like 10 seconds? Like, I know that a chemistry lab might have, like, dangerous chemicals, but, like, look at the quantity of this. Like, look at how comically much poison compound that is.
It seems to have been a particularly potent one.
Then why do we need such a horrifying quantity of it?
The label warns that even a small amount ingested can result in death.
Then why do we have so much of it at the school?
The bottle is unsealed, and some of the liquid is missing. There's no mistake. You secretly stole this from the chemistry lab and used it for murder, didn't you?
I don't know anything about it.
That bottle is way too big to be stolen without anyone noticing.
What a worthless comment.
The texture on the bottle is just clear enough that on my TV I can read it as "Be careful of powerful drugs," which is just funny. It's not wrong, it's just a funny way to put it.
One could simply unseal it in the chemistry lab and put the substance in a smaller container to take wherever desired.
Yeah, I mean, like, do we have someone testifying to the fact that this was sealed and unused? Because, like, if the reason we had it in the school at all was to use it as part of some chemistry experiment, then, like, some quantity may have been used, in which case it might be hard to know how much is supposed to be in there. I feel like we're making some assumption. Of course, we're dealing with the Peacekeepers, whose favorite thing to do is find literally the first conclusion to draw and just wash our hands of the case.
Which could then be directly poured into the wine bottle.
With, like, an enormous font.
If you're gonna pick a fight, you better have sound logic backing you up.
Ruh-roh.
This is the last time I'll do this for you.
We are not going in the Mystery Labyrinth.
There's a warning on the bottle. This chemical will react to oxygen in open air, rendering it harmless 30 minutes after the bottle is unsealed.
Huh? After 30 minutes, it becomes harmless?
Well, I mean, it begs the question of when it was opened, but we know it was like 45 plus minutes into the performance that the poison killed Karen.
If you think that's important, go for broke and try pointing it out.
Can I save now? Is it save o'clock? Oh, it actually is save o'clock. I didn't think it would be. It's fun to save sometimes. It's a treat.
I'm curious about what's written on the bottle's warning label.
You know, in the comically small print? I'm sure you noticed.
Warning label. This chemical will react to oxygen in open air, rendering it harmless 30 minutes after the bottle is unsealed. It has been 30 minutes since the murder occurred. If this chemical was unsealed at the time of the crime, it will have already lost its potency. Let us check.
That's cool and normal.
Nothing. It seems likely that this poison was used as the murder weapon.
I mean, just for the record, this is exactly what I'm talking about. With the, like, oh, it'll definitely, like, immediately kill you. Poison doesn't, like, get ingested in your system or nothing. Poison with special properties. What a great solution key.
Which means the crime was possible only for someone at the school with access to the chemistry lab. However, this fact does not contradict her being the killer.
Wait, no!
I am well aware that many of Etheria Academy's students are children of those affiliated with Amaterasu Corporation. However, that cannot be used as an excuse to bend the truth. Criminals must be punished as criminals. For that is justice. Now be gone. Any additional interference, and you'll be arrested as well. Take her away, and dispose of the corpse on stage before it rots. Corpses spoil so quickly due to the rain and humidity in this town.
Sometimes it's easy to forget that it's been raining for over 3 years.
Why? There must be a mistake. It wasn't me.
That's right,
I'm not
she's
convinced
not
of
the
that.
killer. Please, listen.
I warned you not to interfere any further.
Ruh-roh.
She swapped out the contents of the bottle before the play began. And the incident occurred more than 30 minutes into the play. If the chemical used in the crime becomes harmless after 30 minutes, then it's impossible for her to be the culprit.
I see. How logical and beautiful.
She better not start hitting on us. I'm not sure I can take all the weird implications of how that's complicated.
There is beauty in being logical with all things, much like the golden ratio.
Ah, how very anime of you.
Like gazing upon a flawless art piece, and the more delicate it appears,
You gonna be okay? You need a minute?
the more excited I become envisioning the moment I pulverize it!
Ah, right. Yeah, this Danganronpa. Right.
Huh?
Logic is meaningless in the face of ultimate power!
Oh, that sounds really bad. Accurate, but bad.
Nothing but a glass ornament beneath an iron hammer!
I think she might need that minute after all. Is she horny for art crimes? I think she's so horny for art mysteries all the time.
No! I'm so excited.
I mean, I need you to consider how upset Shinigami looks and how weird this lady has to be for that to be true, considering, like, Shinigami's whole deal.
What's with her?
I guess all the Peacekeeper higher-ups are perverts without exception.
Yeah, that's honestly fair to say, I think.
No. My soft and fragile-looking student.
Ah, crap.
Your play acting as a
I'm
detective.
so horny for
is
mysteries right
over.
now.
Play acting?
If you intend to continue interfering with our justice, then you will be pulverized.
Help me, Yuma!
You're my only hope or whatever.
Yuma? I've heard that name somewhere.
Oh crap, we're totally screwed. Hardcore rut-row.
No, never mind. I don't know a little girl like you.
I'm concerned that she's saying that only because she's, like, attracted to us.
Play acting as a detective?
Oh, now is not the time for an existential crisis, Yuma.
She's right. What am I doing? I've mistaken detectives for superheroes. Justice is a matter of opinion. With enough conviction, anything can be considered justice.
There's a valid point buried in there, but, like, it's not reason to give up, it's reason to try harder.
It's only an assumption. Completely worthless and completely powerless.
I'll say this right here and right now. If our character arc doesn't stop us from doing this, like, somewhat before the end of the game, I will be very annoyed about it. Like, I get early on why Yuma is like this, but, like, we've already solved 2 cases that were, like, pretty dire mysteries. So, like, the fact that Yuma always gives up, like, immediately is, like, a little tiresome. Like, I feel like we're already stretching it, and I would really like for this to like, be corrected.
Hey, I told you all students must wait on the lower level.
You literally didn't... no one said anything to me other than that I should stop play acting.
Stop wandering around and go join the others.
Also, I haven't been wandering. I've been standing here in plain sight for minutes. You're gonna get some pop-ins.
Kurumi was taken away. What should I do? Do I just walk away as if nothing happened? No, I can't do that. Kurumi believed in me. She said that detectives are heroes. I'm no hero, but I'm the only one who can save her right now. I have to do something. The truth is still hidden.
The truth is lost somewhere in the greater existence of being. Woo, 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 woo.
To discover the truth behind this case, and to find out who the real killer is, I need Desuhiko's help. I need his disguise ability to get information from the club members.
Just gonna save over that last save. That wasn't as decisive as I was expecting it to be. This one. Ain't milling around for. Get back underground. If you don't get down there, I'll take you in myself. It's worth points. Gotta get all the points.
Yeah.
Oh no, look. My portrait image is my real face and not my girl face. Oh no! Lots of notices about concerts and recitals. Several are related to theatrical
Hello?
performances. It is the theater hall, so there are obviously gonna be a bunch of play-related stuff. Nani? I think Runa's a bit suspicious. She has what it takes to kill someone. It has to be her.
No.
Does she have something against Varuna? Please wait. We've been directed to keep the students here until further notice. If you wander around, you will look suspicious, so it's best to wait patiently and quietly.
I see.
Guess there are friendly peacekeepers, too. I was really expecting this guy to just shoot us instantly. Someone else has died at the school. Why is this happening? Could this be Aiko's curse? I'm sure it's not a curse, but who could be responsible?
Oh!
There are posters for Academy festivals and performances. Maybe this one is currently playing?
Aww.
Not Zoidberg. Senile detective who doesn't even know the date sounds pretty useless. Looking closely, the dates are completely different. This poster is for an upcoming show. It's just a loose paper that's clearly not important.
Oh, you're that cutie who was with Kurumi.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? If you don't go underground, they'll be mad at you.
I don't fully understand what you mean by that.
Yeah.
I was called for questioning, but now I'm heading back. Let's go together.
Oh, it's fine. I'll be right there, so go on ahead without me.
You sure?
Well, I was curious. Are all the other theater club members also underground? Like Yoshiko, Waruna, and Kurone too?
Yeah, that's right. Yoshiko is feeling pretty shocked right now. She's in the rest area because she wants to be alone. Waruna is with her usual friend group in the makeup room. As for Kurone, maybe she's in the staff room with the other club members.
Ah, got it. Thanks.
I'll be going now.
I've completed my info dump. It's time for me to leave.
Teacher?
I'm sorry. My student is distressed, so please excuse us for a moment.
You okay, Yuma?
I'm fine, but Kurumi got caught by the Peacekeepers.
Are you serious?
Nani? Look at that reaction portrait. It's good stuff.
What are you gonna do?
Tetsuhiko, can you lend me a hand investigating this case?
Don't tell me you want to keep investigating behind the Peacekeepers' backs.
I know it's reckless. The chief even told me not to, but this is something I have to do.
As a reminder, our boss did task us with getting him breakfast this morning, and instead we infiltrated the school in the disguise of girls, and now we're doing exactly what he warned us not to do, which was have any involvement with the Peacekeepers and threaten the status quo. I don't think he's gonna be super happy when we get back.
You gotta save the woman you love, right? I totally get it.
This is a very natural way to hug someone's shoulder.
No, it's not like I love...
My man. Usually I'd help you out of sheer respect alone. But those bastards questioned me already, so I can't move from this spot.
Couldn't you make up an excuse to leave? Aren't you good at that?
Isn't it like your job, idiot?
Yeah, I probably could, but I couldn't stay away for too long. Maybe I could slip out in disguise, but that'd put them on high alert and make the investigation tougher.
Then what should I do?
There's another solution. I'll disguise you, so you can keep on investigating.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like a pretty obvious way to do it.
You want me to keep investigating in disguise?
So this is, don't worry, he probably passed out. But, like, he's gonna know that he doesn't have food, and if he hears anything about the Peacekeepers, he's gonna be mad regardless. He really doesn't want to interact with the Peacekeepers at all.
Yeah, I'll give you a voice changer too. I'll leave this to you. But if this goes on for much longer, we'll both be in trouble. My disguises can't last forever.
Do they self-destruct?
What? Really?
It puts a huge strain on my body. I'm already starting to feel dizzy.
I really want to drill down on those logistics because they do not make a lot of sense to me, but sure, okay, I'm just gonna accept that for now.
Are you okay?
Not really. But I gotta do this. It's all to save the love of your life.
I mean, saying I love her is a bit extreme, but...
Besides, I'm a master detective of the WDO. I've seen plenty of dangerous situations. So, who do you want to disguise as? Tell me.
Is there a wrong answer here? I'm not sure if I'll be able to do this multiple times. I'm inclined to say that that probably is true. But just working under the assumption that I may only have one choice. I think the one that makes the most sense is Runa, because I think it is least likely that she has anything to do with it. And as a result, if I was only able to disguise once, I would rather question the other two. Yeah, I imagine that we're gonna do all of them. It's not like 100% clear, only because they were making the, like, hoopla about how long disguises, whatever. But, like, I think most likely we will do all. So I'm just saying, I choose the one that, if I'm wrong, would do the least damage.
I want to disguise as Waruna.
Waruna, the other lead actress on stage. No, I kinda dig chicks who seem hard to get.
Yeah, I'm not shocked by that, my guy.
Alrighty, time to turn you into just the kind of girl I like.
That's pretty upsetting. Also, you don't currently have your backpack, and there's like a bunch of police looking directly at us. How does this work?
So creepy. Perverts of a feather flock together.
Oh, my stomach's starting to hurt. I'm sorry, but may I go to the restroom? I'll be right back.
Waruna's secret. On the way back from school, she stops at the riverbank to give milk to stray cats, an activity she hasn't told anyone about. Tooltips in this game are so weird. They're so weird.
Alright, that was perfect. I slipped a voice changer under your clothes, so be sure to use it.
I really don't like the implications of that, please and thank you.
Oh, also, just a heads up, touching your own boobs won't feel good or anything.
Also, the men's room.
I'm not gonna touch them!
We'll see about that. Perverted detective.
I'm heading back now. Get going.
Waruna is supposed to be feared by the other members. I hope I can still get some information from them. But I better make sure I don't run into the real Waruna. Yoshiko was in the rest area, Waruna the makeup room, and Kurane the staff room, right?
A perverted cross-dressing detective appears.
We've been cross-dressing all day, son. All day, son. Day, son. Nuisance. Now, the problem is... Okay, hold on.
Jason!
No.
Jason!
Huh?
No.
I figured I'd get something more interesting than that, but no, that sounds about right. So I'm
The
supposed
theater
to...
hall is currently closed off by all students who
Oh,
are at...
okay. I have the wrong orientation in my head. But it says I can't go here. How do I get to where I'm supposed to go? Aren't all the... Oh, hey, look. A thing I haven't looked at. It's worth points.
This is...
What's this statue for? It's incredible. I think it's for being a statue. They mostly don't do things.
But...
You don't know it's not involved. You sound like Harriet Dubois. Oh, now I can go this way. Now I understand. So this is theater, I can't go this way. Hello. I am a girl. No, alright,
So-
they let you go? Not yet. Hope they clear you soon. How much longer is this gonna take? I'm so hungry I'm about to faint! When this was gonna happen, I would have had a meat bun before coming. Not a hint of recognition from me about my own failure to acquire a meat bun. Can't believe something like this could happen in the middle of a performance. I hope it's all solved quickly. But I don't even want to consider that Karumi might be responsible. Through all the hallway folks. Just watching the play just to kill time before the bus arrived. Can't believe I got caught up in all this. Tough luck, huh? Guess you must be thinking the same thing. After this, I don't know if I'll be able to go on stage again. I'm so scared. Well, I have good news for you. This extremely long play only had 2 people in it, so this enormous drama club doesn't have to worry about things like that. Stuff. Makeup.
Aww.
Underground storage. Okay, the peacekeepers are so scary, I don't know what to do. So
That's
worried.
true.
That's true, you are worried. It's expected given their involvement. It's my way of saying they corrupt and shady. Whisper. Sorry, I'm busy right now. Maybe I can help you later. Sorry.
The theater hall is currently closed off by Vice Direct. All students who were at the scene.
Oh, this connects to the theater? Man, it would help to navigate this downstairs area if I was permitted to go here beforehand. Like, it's fine for them to just invisible wall it. It just makes me feel stupid when it's like, I'm just trying to navigate. They're like, idiot, this is the closed off area. I'm like, I never been here before. I infiltrated this school as a girl like today. I don't know. Yeah, like, I intend to at least try and get a sense of whether talking to them all will give me more points as the other girls. I think that one on the stairs might. I'm not sure that any of the ones down here will be different. So, the girl I am is in the makeup room, is that right? I should have paid more attention to that. I don't really have, like, a really nuanced to-do list, right? Staff.
You're so oblivious, Master. And a creeper, too.
That's true, I am creepy.
Hey, can you talk right now?
Oh, Warna. I'm sorry. I'm a bit busy right now.
I mean, it's fine to say no, but people keep saying they're busy and then just, like, shivering in a corner.
It's no use. She won't talk to me. She seems really afraid of Waruna.
It's no use! Dialogue logs. Do we have that? I don't remember if we have that.
Hey, could we talk for a bit?
Warna!
This is going very well. I chose wisely.
What's wrong?
Well...
You're kind of unpleasant to be around.
She's really nervous around Waruna. Maybe I can push her a little to talk.
You should tell me if you notice something. Otherwise, I might get upset.
Jeez. Jeepers creepers.
Sorry. There was one thing I noticed.
What was it?
It's about Yoshiko. I wonder if she wasn't feeling well.
Huh? Why do you say that?
I watched from the audience and noticed Yoshiko arrived to the theater hall late.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yoshiko always watches from beginning to end, even for the rehearsal performances.
I mean, she should, given her position.
I wonder what could have changed that.
What did she do after arriving late?
Well, she sat near the right edge of the front row before the blackout. She was still there after the lights came on. She didn't leave her seat once. She looked rather restless throughout the play.
Right edge in the front row, and she looked restless.
Ooh, updated. Has seen updated work that way before? We didn't, I just didn't pay attention to it, but it's not a new key, it's just updated. Joy's watch is beginning to end, but for this performance, she arrived late. I threaten you. I threaten your milkshake. I'm sorry, did she just say, whisper, whisper?
Wait, it's Waruna.
Fee, fi, fo, fum. Tell me what you know or I'll break your thumbs.
Sorry, I'll clean it up immediately.
What did you do?
I haven't said anything yet. Waruna must be terrifying. At this rate, I doubt I can talk to them.
Let's check people's lockers.
It's a club locker. Cotton's name tag is on it.
Excuse me. That isn't your locker, is it, Waruna?
I'll kill you. See, I'm really getting into character.
Huh? Oh, you're right. We talked about this during our last meeting.
Please stop stealing from other people, Waruna.
Using someone else's makeup will lead to fights, so we aren't allowed to open other people's lockers.
This is maybe a dumb guy question. An entire locker just for makeup?
Waruna, even someone like you has to follow the rules.
Sorry.
Oh hey, you're on this side of the room, huh?
What do you want? Can't you tell I'm trying to blend into the wall as best I can right now? Don't talk to me.
I feel like you would get along really well with, what's his name? Viola Twilight? It's not quite right. Yeah, right, Sarah? She's dead, so, what's the worst? She's gonna fight me from beyond the grave? Please. Vivia Twilight. That's the one.
It's about what happened.
I didn't expect you to bring it up.
It's a very Japanese way of talking about the murder on the play that we both work on.
Fine. There is something bothering me about it anyway.
Why not an entire locker in a perfect world? You know, that's fair. I guess this is one of the most important forms of entertainment, so why not give all the high school girls an entire makeup locker?
What's that?
I watched the glasses get shuffled while I was above set.
Right, you were in position to do that. Please update my solution key.
Wasn't it slower than usual?
Was it?
Why did you go so slowly?
Oh.
I was just doing what I usually do.
Uh-huh. Doing it like that makes it super obvious what you were trying to do, you know.
Oh, dang.
Huh?
Throwing shade.
Whatever.
Does she suspect something?
She must. Why else would she say that like that?
Kearney thinks Waruna took advantage of the duel of poisoned cups to kill Cotton?
So close to level up. Have to have a locker in here. Yeah, that tracks.
This locker has Waruna's name on it. It doesn't seem to be locked.
Going through a high school girl's locker while claiming it's for an investigation is what a criminal would do.
I'm not a criminal. I'm a detective. Well, a trainee. It's crammed with music and theater magazines.
I feel like there's some unwanted tension of the game setting up this weird ethical conundrum of a situation where I'm pretending to be a high school girl to try and solve the murder, but then trying to make me feel bad for the fact that did it. It's not the first time this game has done that. It's not a thing I like. I feel like that's trying to have it both ways. You either set up the goofy thing and take advantage of it, or you try and make me feel bad about how stupid the situation is. But, if you contrive the situation to be what it isn't my fault that it happened this way.
Huh? Is this a diary?
Oh,
But
yeah, I'm sure
it's locked.
I'm sure there will be no comment from the peanut gallery on this, taking the high school girl's diary.
I don't see a key. Then again, I don't really want to peek into a diary. Let's put it back for now. I don't think there are any other clues.
So So maybe with context or some other information I can get in there or learn something or something. I'm a little curious as to whether I will get points or some new information trying to open other lockers, so I'm just gonna try it, because I ain't getting no shit.
It's a club locker. Kurene's name tag is on it. I probably shouldn't open the lockers of people I'm not disguised as.
Aww.
I don't know why you're upset about that. I'm doing this anyway, just to make sure.
It's a club locker. Yoshiko's name tag is on it. I probably shouldn't open...
If she doesn't want it read, she shouldn't bring it to school. There's some truth to that, but she did put it in her enormous makeup locker that can hold an entire guitar, Haggis. Everyone's just kind of, like, cowering weirdly.
Oh, Waruna, what brings you here?
Violence?
Sorry, I'm busy cleaning up right now.
She's obviously afraid.
How convenient the named character lockers have been decorated. I will accept the contrivance because it makes life easier. If you don't do that, then you get the thing that wasn't super cool in Black Sad, where you had to, like, find a clue in a locker stack, and it wasn't clear which one you had to interact with in a giant locker room in order to, like, get the job done. Are you making a dress right now? It's kind of a nice dress. I don't know about that enormous brass belt situation. That feels uncomfortable.
She's ignoring me. Looks like they're not on good terms.
Violence? It's really funny that Shinigami was positioned so she was wearing the dress. Yeah. It took me a second to process it, but Sarah got that right away.
I'm not telling you.
Water gun prop.
Oh, Waruna, I'm cleaning that right now. You'll get dirty. I'd appreciate it if you could leave that alone.
Quick, shoot her! Shoot her dead!
Oh, got it.
Blammo! I mean, I definitely need to check them. Shouldn't I be able to interact with someone in this room? We have misinterpreted something. What's interesting is that it looks like the room I shouldn't go into is still on my to-do list. I don't know what to make of that, actually. I guess I should check the door and just see what it says?
Oh!
Yeah, Warner's in this room. I should probably stay away. But for some reason... I guess maybe that's like a communal thing for all of them? Even though I feel like I would want to check some of these rooms multiple times. This is a room? This is the absence of room. I just need you to understand, game, that this isn't what room is. This is like an alcove or an annex or something.
Hey. I said hey.
Violence?
She hears me, but she's ignoring me. I knew they weren't on good terms, but I didn't expect the seemingly friendly Yoshiko to act this way toward her. Still, I need to get her to talk, or I won't find any clues.
Hey, Yoshiko. Why are you ignoring me?
You're the one who told me not to speak to you.
Huh? I did?
I like the character portrait of the super wiggly mouth of like, I don't understand what I'm doing.
It's unlike you to act like this. Are you nervous?
Oh, dang.
Anyways, stop talking to me. Go away.
Violence?
It's no use. Oh well.
Hey, Waruna. You handled that poisoning scene with Cotton really well.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
I don't want to see you around here again.
So, I get the impression everyone thinks that Warren did that. Interesting. I thought there might be...
compliment about Warren's acting?
I don't think that's what that was.
No, there was some nuance. Like she indirectly accused Waruna of murdering Cotton. So Yoshiko believes Waruna killed Cotton during the duel of poisoned cups.
And now I must go upstairs. Is this the right way to do that? Because only one of the staircases works? Okay. We just not have 2 staircases if I can only ever use one of them, but that's fine. Oh. Oh? What does that mean, actually? Because the only thing left unchecked is the room I'm pretty sure I can't go in. I tried going in from one side. I talked to, like, everyone in the hallways. What else could I do?
Oh!
I feel like I was pretty thorough here. Is there something... Can I get to the water gun some other way? It's like the only thing I, like, didn't properly interact with that I'm aware of? I mean, it's like marked as checked.
This is... For now...
I think I have now tried both of the doors to the makeup room since it does have multiple entrances. I'll double check, but I think the first time I tried the other side, and this time I tried the near... Oh, after doing the other stuff, now there's a cutscene in the hall that I didn't know of.
It's the real Waruna.
Okay. So now that I know she left, I'm supposed to go in the other door, I guess, technically? Or maybe she'll go up the stairs I can't use.
It'd be trouble if we ran into each other. I should hide.
Yeah, I think it would create, like, a total time paradox or something. Okay, she just went some other place I'm not allowed to go.
Restroom?
Ahem. This is just me talking aloud. But this may be an opportunity to slip into that makeup room.
You might be right, but it'd be terrible if I'm caught.
I'm just talking to myself again. But if you don't grow a pair, you'll never become a full-fledged detective.
It would be problematic if I grew a pair right now.
Shut up! I'm just considering my options.
Save over that most recent save. I don't think this game is the type to, like, really punish you. I'm just gonna keep being careful.
Hey, back already?
Chat suggests that perhaps a certain pair might be helpful in infiltrating further. Okay, sure, maybe.
Yeah, I forgot something. Where was it?
Aww. I'm grooming my tail.
Just the two of them, huh?
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
That was such a shock, right? Who would have thought Cotton would die on stage?
Something wrong with that girl's eyes. She looks like super possessed. She's got, like, anime cataracts in, like, the strongest way.
Even though I hated her, seeing her die right in front of me makes me regret badmouthing her. Yoshiko has to be the one who did it, don't you think?
Yoshiko? What makes you think that?
Her being suspicious?
I thought you'd agree, Waruna. Yoshiko is the only one who could do this. She's fanatical about Aiko, though she thinks nobody noticed.
Aiko? That was Kurumi's close friend who committed suicide 6 months ago.
I mean, if you're bothering to do this investigation, maybe don't conclude that she committed suicide?
Which reminds me, We snuck into the school to seek out the truth behind Aiko's death to begin with.
Oh man, you know, there are times when I'm forced to agree with Shinigami that maybe we're not the best at this. It's like, oh yeah, I knew I forgot something. It's that I was investigating a suspected suicide. Right.
Maybe this incident has something to do with her death as well.
Nah, I don't think so. I'm very smart, I would know.
Yoshiko never shows her feelings, so who knows what she's thinking. But I'm sure Yoshiko hated Karen. Karen got to be the main lead ever since Aiko died, after all. Yoshiko resented her, which led to today. Well, how's that for some expert reasoning?
So is it true that Yoshiko adored Aiko?
Man, you're so bad at covering. You're just like a movie character.
Are you kidding me? Everyone could tell. It was that obvious. Warna, you're really dense when it comes to these things. But that's what makes you likable.
Objection. I'm not likable. Submit evidence. Everyone hates me. Although, I guess if someone's gonna be friends with this violent girl that nobody else likes, it would be this ghoul. This definite zombie lady acting like a normal person.
Also, didn't you need to go to the restroom?
I'm scared. I can't believe I watched someone die.
Yeah, it sucks, right?
I wonder, where did Karen's soul go?
Don't worry, I caught it in the wine bottle. We're all good, whatever that means.
The true culprit's soul is deep inside the mystery labyrinth.
Only Kurane could do something this scary.
Kurane? What makes you think it's her?
Because I saw it. Kurane stole Karen's script when it was left in the wings.
Huh?
She ran off somewhere with the script. Isn't that suspicious?
I'm gonna guess that the order of operations is that Karne saw that scene take place and was suspicious of the way in which Warna, like, shuffled the glasses, and then went to find a copy of the script to make sure that it was going according to plan.
Kurane took Karen's script? What does it mean? Is there a secret involving her script?
Could be wrong, just speculating.
Please stay by my side today. I'm so scared I could die.
Oh, I'll think about it.
I better get out of here. The real Warna might come back any second.
Thanks for talking to me. Anyway, I need to go to the restroom.
That's how I end most of my conversations. No one's ever suspicious of me.
That was super quick, Warna.
Huh?
Huh? Big giant head tilt?
We almost ran into each other.
That should be enough.
I want to see something.
I was talking about wieners.
I'm assuming that hitting the end investigation button might warp me back to change disguises?
I think that's all the info I could get is Warna. People are afraid of her, so they don't really talk to her.
True.
But Yoshiko and Kurane both seem to suspect Waruna. On the other hand, Waruna's group of friends suspect Yoshiko and Kurane.
I mean, they're biased, though, in fairness.
Everyone suspects each other. Maybe everyone was on edge even before today's incident. But there's still no information that could lead me to the culprit yet. I should disguise myself as another student to get more information. I'll head back to Desuhiko for now.
Okay. So I probably can just hit B in that instance to fast travel.
Teacher?
I wasn't sure if end investigation was like, literally give up on it, and if maybe doing it manually would let me switch because I'm clever. It could have gone either way in my head, but now we learned a thing.
Oh, what's wrong? You look pale.
I had to go to the restroom many times. I don't think that's normal.
I'm sorry, but my student appears to be feeling rather anxious.
Why are they
How's the
questioning this one teacher
investigation
for so
going?
long?
Who do you want to disguise as next?
I want to just increase in likability until I finally hit Yoshiko.
I want to disguise as Kurane. Can you do it?
Kurane... hold on. I'm reviewing my mental high school girl album right now.
Could you not do that, though?
Oh, found her. She's the one everyone calls distinctive. I don't know how society sees her, but she's right on the border of my strike zone.
Oh, please, no.
I bet he'd be happy with just about anyone. He'd probably enjoy getting hit by a dead ball if the pitcher was a girl.
Was the ball alive to begin with?
Okay, let's start.
Karane's favorite tunes. She's recently gotten into heavy metal choir and is looking forward to an upcoming death metal choir release. Yeah, I assume the ball must have been a murder victim. It seems likely in this world.
Alright, that's perfect.
Much like the Phoenix Wright world. People just dropping like flies.
In fact, I'd totally bang you right now. If you're okay with that.
Oh my god, no! I can't emphasize enough how there's so many problems with that. I mean, for one, not consent. But like just a whole slew of just no, please.
Hey, hold on! That's completely out of line!
That might be like the worst line of dialogue from anything ever.
I'm a superstar detective. Social norms don't apply to me. I refuse to hold myself back.
Oh my god, his eyes. Look at his eyes. It's not great.
But we can save the fun for later. Go investigate.
Man, you gotta be like a real kinky sort of person to get with this guy. And that just don't, though, is my advice.
Kurane is often alone. I wonder if I can get any information from the others. Anyway, I better make sure I don't run into the real Kurane. Yoshiko is in the rest area, Waruna the makeup room, and Kurane the staff room, right?
So we're going to have to figure out if there's different dialogue for a lot of these characters, see if we get more points, but if that's not the case, we can go through these more quickly. What is it? You need something from me? Peacekeepers just called for me, so can I wait until later? I got points from that one, but that's the one I expected to be different. How much longer is this gonna take? Nope, that's the same. So yeah, I think it's the stairs one that's different, because it addressed the first one by name.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, like, don't have to talk to most people, etc., etc. Hello? You know, the worst part about trying to do this is that when we disguise ourselves as her, it would be very easy for her to accidentally see us walking by. Okay?
No, sorry if I scared you. I want to talk about what happened. Yoshiko?
Yoshiko's, like, not doing good. When you see someone's face like this in an anime, it's, like, generally, like, a really bad sign. Like, they're traumatized and/or, like, haunting you from beyond the grave.
She won't even look at me. Maybe she's still in shock from the incident? Or does she treat Kurane like this all the time?
Hey, Yoshiko. Can we talk?
Absolutely not. I will not speak to you. I told you it'd be this way.
What does that mean?
As I've said before, I refuse to even look at you. Please, go away.
She really hates Kurane. Is there a reason why? I better leave for now.
So far, it kind of seems like she hates everyone.
you doing here? Go away!
I really thought she was gonna up and punch us.
Hold on. I just wanted to...
Just by being here, you're a nuisance! Don't you get that?
Is Karne, like, chiefly responsible for Aiko dying? Like, they made some agreement, and that, like, she was gonna do it, but then the rest, like, could never be seen with her or something? There's, like, a weird undertone to this.
Fine.
She really hates Kurane. Kurumi was right. These two really don't get along. It's draining just pretending to be Kurane. I wonder if she's not affected by all this.
Read the camera angle.
Aww, I wish this would end soon.
Lol. Do you have a different reaction?
Do you want something? I'm busy right now.
She's so cold. She refuses to speak to Kurane.
Interesting. So inside the rooms, maybe people have different reactions? That would make sense.
Oh, hello, Kurane. Is something the matter?
Huh. She's actually willing to talk. Maybe she's on good terms with Kurane.
Oh, great timing. I was investigating what just happened.
That's a suspicious thing to say.
You mean to practice for a role? You did say you wish to play a detective someday.
Sure, we'll go with that.
That's amazing, Kurane. You truly are a thespian.
What did you say?
Right. So, there's something that's bothering me.
What is it? I just handle the costumes, but is there something you want to know about them? Maybe you think the actors on stage could have hidden poison in their costumes. No, sorry. That'd be impossible.
There's several reasons why.
Why do you say that?
Because I reviewed both costumes in the wings right before the performance started.
It's customary for me to do an anti-poison check before every performance.
If they were carrying anything, I would have noticed then.
I give everyone a full pat-down. You know, because of the thespian thing. JK law.
But what about after you checked? Like if they'd gone to the restroom or somewhere else?
Then I would check again. Besides, both of them were in the wings the whole time.
That genuinely sounds a little obsessive. I just keep checking them. I just check their pockets every 5 seconds.
Oh, really?
Though they were performing the whole time, so I haven't checked their costumes since the play began.
There's never a point when the actors are not on stage, but also don't have my hands in their pockets. It's one or the other.
Well, if they were here the whole time, they couldn't go grab the poison. If that's the case, it would have been difficult for Warana or Cotton to bring poison on stage.
Costumes were given a final check in the wings right before the performance. Would have been impossible to hide something under them.
By the way, Kurane, I still need to organize the costumes here. If you're free, could you help me out? It's hard to do it alone.
Sorry. I'm a little busy right now, so I'll come back after I'm free.
I guess you don't want to talk to me.
Yikes.
I'm sorry for bothering you while you're busy. I'll be waiting.
I feel bad for everyone in this conversation. Including Yuma and the girl Yuma's pretending to be. It's a bad time for everyone. Can I look at this now?
I'm still in the middle of cleaning up. Can you not touch anything?
Fire the gun at her again.
Oh, sorry.
Kind of close to leveling up, everyone. Can we do it before the end of the stream? So, are we gonna get, like, a freebie here, too, where we somehow get into the staff room?
That was close. I almost ran into Kurane. But I need to check inside. I'll just wait for her to leave.
Even feel bad for Shinigami? I mean, like, if Shinigami wasn't a ghost, I think she would have died from secondhand embarrassment from just how uncomfortable that was. even, like, as a death god. So I have to do something else first? I told you to keep your head down and stay away, didn't I? With everything going on, I'm getting worried too. Just not expecting any
The
reaction.
theater hall is all students who were at the scene are.
It's basically one person on the stairs on either side, and then people in the rooms. I mean, I don't... If I go back in the makeup room, I still won't be able to talk to, like, the friends in here, right?
For now.
Okay, no. So is that enough for me to get the thing? It doesn't look like it.
Kurune should be here.
What do I do to trigger something? I think I already talked to you. Oh no. Kurune, is it okay for you to be walking around like this? You're involved in the case,
No.
aren't you? Why are you trembling? Get that under control. I'll see you later, okay? It's so weird. I managed to talk to enough people that I became convinced there wouldn't be new dialogue, and then there's new dialogue anyway. So neither of those are new. I already talked to you. Talk to you. Did I talk to you? I don't know if I'll be able to go on stage again. Yeah, that's the same thing as before. You? Okay, the peacekeepers are so scary.
That's true.
And we had that before, too.
Kurune should be here.
I don't love this system. This is like an old school adventure game problem.
Stop talking to me.
I really feel like I've done everything. It is not obvious to me what thing I've missed. I talked to you already, right? And I clearly talked to her, and I looked at the gun. I've talked to everyone in the hallway.
Kurane, you'll help me organize the costumes?
I don't know why this would be new dialogue.
Help organize the costumes. Wait, if I can use her to my advantage.
Don't say that about a high school girl.
Taking advantage of a high school girl.
Called
You've
it.
really hit rock bottom.
Well, will you help me? I wanted to have a little chat with you, too.
I must urgently use the restroom, but I'll be here in a moment if I can do some ventriloquism. Come get me from the staff room, like, in 5 seconds.
Well, I'll help out later. So can you grab me from the staff room?
Later? When?
Count to 100 in your head. I'll be done with what I need to do by then.
Alright. Well, I'll start counting now.
God, everyone's conversation is so upsetting to me. I don't love it here. Also, could that not have just been, like, tagged on to the end of the previous conversation? It, like, literally has a built-in time delay. It's, like, not... We haven't established anything else where I have to, like, set up a thing to happen later to get, like... all these triggers are a little not great.
1, 2, 3.
Just so sorry for your whole existence, costume staff.
I better leave right now.
I counted to 100, Kurane!
Huh? What? What's going on?
What a weird way to start a conversation with someone. No, but like, so Sarah, imagine it this way. This is the way I'm thinking of it. You have that conversation with Costume Girl.
Good.
And you just say
check
like...
the staff room while I can.
And you just say like, count to 10,000. And then like, you do whatever you need. And then once you've done all the other things, then the trigger happens for her to come and do this cutscene. But then I don't have to come back and manually have a second conversation and set this thing up when I already talked to her and had a little conversation about how she wanted to talk later. Like, I could just do it in one conversation instead of two, and have the second one be something that's not obvious to the player to do because it's not properly prompted. It's, like, very similar to the same implementation, but, like, I think it's just more user-friendly.
Which should I pick?
My locker is this one.
It's a club locker. Kurene's name tag is on it.
It says, Vasco, imagine if someone you know, like IRL, walked up to you during a meet and said, I counted to 100, Vasco! I feel like the only proper response would be, that's a really weird way to start a conversation with someone. But, like, I know people who would do that to me.
It doesn't seem to be locked.
This Kurene gal seems the type who'd booby trap her locker.
It'd be so funny if she had that, like, giant poison bottle in here.
What's this?
Sarah said she would say congrats. I mean, that's a really good response, too. Or, like, go the Lieutenant Kim route and be like, I can also count to 100!
Looks like eye drops. There are so many of them, though.
How many eyes does this girl have?
Some for red eyes and for dry eyes. Is this something Kurene usually uses? Doesn't seem like there's anything else of interest.
Let's talk to people in this room who maybe like me better.
Hey, do you have a minute? You
Nope.
can hear me, can't you?
She's ignoring me. I guess she's not gonna talk.
Oh, Kurene, when did you get here?
I was previously here for like 30 uninterrupted minutes, left, came immediately back in, and that's my life story.
This reminds me. Thank you for what you did.
Was it incriminating?
For what, again?
You know, how you inspired me with the presentation on stage.
By Woobiken?
Oh, for that one scene, right?
For that thing that we both remember equally well, right?
You are such a good amnesiac. You have a knack for playing along with no memory.
Yeah, the part with the overlapping spotlights after the glasses get shuffled.
Okay.
It expresses how the two characters' fates are intertwined. It was all thanks to you that we decided to go with this presentation. Kurene, why don't you take over stage direction for our next performance?
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Just to confirm, I was the one who suggested the lighting presentation on the glasses?
Yeah? What's wrong? You're
Just,
acting
like-
kinda strange today.
Apropos of nothing, I know we were both there for it, and thus I clearly remember it as well, but that was my idea that I had, and I recommended, and I insisted that we do, right? That was my idea. Ocean says, oh, droppers for the poison. I mean, I was joking before, but I think it would be genuinely really funny if the notion was that, like, from, you know, 3 meters up on the lighting catwalk, she just, like, takes a little eyedropper and, like, bloop. I mean, that would be some real accuracy.
No, I'm not.
I'm always acting strange. I feel like if I'm ever in that situation and someone, like, suspects me like that, that's, like, the response I have. It's like, I'm always acting strange. Hello, girls. Hey, girl, hey. Was.
2 theater club members are whispering to each other. They haven't noticed me. Maybe this Kurene disguise has made me less conspicuous.
So, who do you think killed Cotton? It has to be Warrena, right?
Totally. It's gotta be her.
She can never read the room, you know? Like, she doesn't see the other members as people. We're all just stepping stones to her. She thinks she's the main protagonist or something. She basically treats everyone like side characters.
I know what you mean. She wouldn't think twice about killing people.
I hope I have a stray thought immediately following that of like, I think I could kill these two girls right now.
They're talking about Warna behind her back. The theater club really is on edge all the time.
But even if Waruna was the culprit, how did she get Kaden to drink the poison?
Well, it's gotta be at that one part. The part in the script where Warna gets closer to the shelf?
Oh, right after the blackout. It's the scene where she gets the plate, right?
I'm of two minds of this. I think that this is generally a pretty cool idea, actually, to just, like, infiltrate, specifically, like, a high school setting where gossip is, like, a little more free in this way, I think. Like, it feels a little more natural to do this than, say, like, an office setting. And then, like, get different perspectives from people and hear, like, reasons why any one of these three characters could have done it. Like, I think that's kind of cool. It's a bit of a shame that, like, it's all pretty much operating on, like, similar information to what we already have, so it feels a little redundant at times.
She could have secretly snuck in some real poison and added it to the glass or wine bottle.
That's it! Waruna is totally the culprit.
The scene where Waruna approaches the shelf, I guess it is pretty suspicious.
It is, especially if the lights are supposed to go off, which they implied earlier, which makes no sense to me.
Could she have added the poison then? In the upside-down glass on the shelf?
There's one scene in the story where Waruna approached the shelf.
I guess there's not much else we can find in the staff room. We'd better leave before Kurane comes back.
I just want to see if I can open the dead girl's locker or if we get different dialogue for it.
It's a club locker. Kaden's name tag is on it.
Hey, that's not your locker, Kurane.
Huh? Oh, you're right.
We talked about it at an earlier meeting. You're not allowed to open lockers that aren't. People took makeup without permission, and please, follow the rules.
Sorry.
I guess there's not much else we can find in the staff. We'd better leave
That's
before
so funny. I did actually get 10 points for that, even though that was almost the same exchange. But then it, like, booted me out to the same, like, hey, idiot, please leave the room.
That should be enough.
It's all the TV there is. Bee!
That's all the information I can gather while disguised as Kurane. Kurane
See if
seems
we
a
can fit the
bit
last one in.
eccentric, but she doesn't draw a lot of attention to herself. I was able to get some information thanks to that. Kurane was focused on production this time. She was thinking about the lights presentation. The lights were managed properly during the play. It doesn't seem like she had a chance to use any poison. But I feel like I'm missing something. There may be more clues if I disguise as another student. I should head back to Desuhika one more time.
Oh, teacher. Do you have a moment? Oh, what's wrong? Are you feeling unwell? Excuse me for a minute. This student doesn't seem to be feeling well.
I feel like a good, like, embellishment to this bit is that, like, every time we come back, like, Desuhiko gives, like, a needlessly specific example of what we're sick with, and it's, like, always something a little uncomfortable. Please stop telling the guard about my diarrhea.
How's the investigation going? Who do you want to disguise as next?
That's a great question. Let me think about it. Oh, interesting. It'll let me go back as Waruna for no discernible reason.
I want to disguise as Yoshiko.
So, you want to be the star candidate of the theater club. She's known for being an honor student, right?
So, you know all about her.
Why do you think I wanted her on the school? Once I've seen the face, I never forget it. Just leave it to me.
I have to assume that this sequence ends with our last disguise failing, right? That seems likely. Question says, now imagine our protag, but along with Shinigami, there's the Furies from Disco Elysia. The Furies? Did I meet the Furies? I know at some point someone said the original title had something to do with Furies.
I'm getting way more tired than I expected. If I stop concentrating, my disguise will wear off.
Oh, that's like the canonical name for the voices? Yeah, I didn't pick that up from anything at all. I mean, it'd be like super distracting.
Alright, I'll make it quick, so please hold down the fort for just a bit longer.
I'm counting on you.
Yoshiko is supposedly well respected by everyone. I hope I can extract information from different theater members. But I better be careful and avoid the real Yoshiko. I think Yoshiko is in the rest area, and Waruna's the makeup room. Kurune should be in the staff room.
Yoshiko's in the Nada room. Yoshiko has, like, a super dangerous look, in my opinion. Like, her character is well designed to, like, look cute and innocent, but, like, I feel like she's also the type to, like, harbor a bad secret. The save's not a bad idea. Is it, you need something from me? It's the same thing I got last time. So that's interesting, there's only 2 dialogue options from her. So maybe each one has, like, 2 different dialogue options? No. I thought this would be, like, a more straightforward thing. But it doesn't cost me too terribly much to get some extra DP. We're pretty close to leveling. I'm so hungry, I'm about to faint. Yoshiko, you're going around keeping everyone's spirits up? That's so like you. No, that's not quite right. You're always so kind, but be careful not to push yourself too hard. Yeah, rank up. Get wrecked, idiots. Watching the play to kill time. I got caught up in this. For this, I don't know if we'll be able to get the stage again. It's like a bunch of them don't change at all. Some of them change once. It's a weird conglomeration of things. Oh, Yoshiko, Karen was poisoned. Was it because I...
Hey.
It's okay, it wasn't your fault. Sob. Good talk, good hustle. You're the last one. Sorry, I'm busy. Maybe I can help you later. Sorry. Well, since we're here, let's talk to the makeup crew. I'm sure we're such good friends.
Can we have some time alone for a bit?
Oh, that's a different reaction. I'm enjoying this section. I don't know how you feel about it. You know, there's some things that aren't ideal, but overall I think this is a cool idea and it's executed pretty well.
About what happened?
It's maybe a little long for what it is. But I'm also trying to, like, do every interaction to get points. Although, in fairness, I think I would have felt obliged to do every interaction because I wasn't clear on how to trigger the next thing. So maybe that's, like, a legitimate criticism.
How could you show your face here after murdering Kaden?
Okay. Bold claim.
Huh?
You're not supposed to be here. Listen, the Peacekeepers are everywhere.
She's very casual about that. I definitely think there's some pact between these rivals for removing some number of them. I don't know who all is involved. I feel like maybe there were, like, sub-alliances, and it was like all of them agreed to kill Aiko. And then they were like, yeah, but now Karen is best, and we kind of gotta kill Karen.
So stay away from me, got it? Murderers should just...
No, maybe not. That sounds like judgmental about doing it rather than not wanting to get implicated.
Wait! Who are you calling a murderer?
Enough! I have nothing to say to you! Shut up and get out of here!
That was intense. I heard they were on bad terms, but maybe she's more on edge because of what happened? On top of that, Waruna thinks Yoshiko is the killer. Maybe there's a reason why she thinks that.
I mean, we've seen, like, general reasons to be suspicious of all of them. Ocean says, fan of this, but not fan of our partner. Yeah, like, Shinigami's on, like, extremely bad behavior. There's times when, like, a character makes a remark I don't like, but, like, this is... It's a lot. She's very persistent about being, like, really bad for this whole case, it seems like. I am worried that it's gonna get worse when we get to the Mystery Labyrinth. Hello, costume designer.
You were in charge of the costumes? You're acting like this is the first time we've met.
I was trying not to let on that I've talked to you twice today already.
Do you not remember me? Well, people call me the ghost member all the time.
That's unfortunate. I'm really sorry about your existence, though. As I said earlier, I mean, you didn't hear it, but I'm sorry that you have to deal with this.
I'm here every day, but no one notices me. Well, at least I'm not as bad as Kurane. But she stands out a lot when she's on stage. Could it be she acts a certain way so she doesn't stand out on purpose? What do you think, Yoshiko?
I'm not so sure.
She's quiet. Maybe she's not on good terms with Yoshiko.
I finally touched this?
A gun? Oh, it's just a water gun. There's a hole on top for adding water.
You think it's possible that they were trying to stop us from looking at the water gun so that it would have a chance to dry the trace of the poison? I mean, a water gun, it's wild, but a water gun could potentially be, like, a way of administering a liquid poison. And it might explain, like, the weird interaction we've been having here. Her voice is really good, too. Which character, Sarah? You mean Ghost Girl? I mean, could have shot it from the top. Again, just the range makes that feel silly. Yeah, I mean, it's a surprisingly well-rounded character for someone who has, like, maybe 3 paragraphs of dialogue.
That's the prop we used in our previous performance. You did a wonderful job.
Thanks.
Water gun that looks like a real... Does it? Does it look like a real gun with this bright yellow handle and the orange tip and a blue trigger? Does that look like a real gun? Well, game thinks it's a clue. Hey, are we friends?
Oh, what should I do? I'm gonna get yelled at.
Ruh-roh.
What's wrong?
Yoshiko, I'm so glad you're here.
Is there a problem?
Yes, well, we're missing a prop glass.
What?
A glass? You mean for the stage?
Yes, you're the one who prepared it for our play today.
Oh, did I do that?
Hey, she said the Urkel thing.
Huh? Did you forget?
Who in chat is old enough to know what that means?
We originally planned to use wine glasses, but their thin stems break so easily. So last time you bought 4 others, including the backups.
Right.
Ah, good. A non-zero amount of people. After titling the stream after a fairly old sitcom, I was starting to think I was just getting old. I mean, I am. Don't get me wrong.
2 backups were on the prop shelf, but there's only 1 of them now.
That's not great.
Oh, where could it have gone?
According to the prop master, there were 2 backup wine glasses on a shelf in storage, but 1 went missing. Another glass.
Oh, speaking of, I want to ask if you're the one who set the glasses up on the stage.
Yes, I was.
Did you notice anything strange with the glasses at the time?
No, they were spotless. We can't let anything happen to the glasses our actors use.
I see. Thanks.
Updated. Student in charge of props placed the wine glasses. They were spotless at the time. That suggests that poison was not left on the glasses to be activated later or just touched against lips or something. Also, indeed, hi Castellar. I don't know if you've been lurking, but welcome. It's been a really wild stream. This has been a really weird one. I've been enjoying it a lot, though. Yes. I probably
Let's take
don't
a break.
have to get into the room where Yoshiko is. Because there's nothing else to interact with there.
Yoshiko! Why'd you leave me back there?
I am the first person you've talked to.
I was so scared. Those peacekeepers kept harassing me. They're the worst.
You're...
I watched from above the whole time. I saw Karen die.
There's something, like... This is the first time I've noticed this, which is on me. But, like, compare the character models here. Like, Yoshiko, i.e. us currently, that, like, looks closer to what, like, a hand-drawn anime character would look like. This girl on the right definitely looks like just full, like, generic CG model. When they interact in this specific way, it's a lot more jarring than the other conversations, so I finally noticed it. But it's a little weird, huh?
Oh, I'm going to have nightmares about this.
Also, I mean, like, we got teased for, like, playing Amnesiac well before, but, like, I feel like we're actually doing a horrific job of playing off that we don't know these people. This girl comes up, she's like, oh, I'm so desperate for your attention. We're like, and your name was...
I'm so scared. Can we walk home together today? Please?
Zero Time Dilemma quality CGI. That's not true. There are things about this CGI that are passable. I'm not sure that can be said of Zero Time Dilemma.
Hey, if you were watching from above, does that mean you were with Kurane on the lights?
I was. Why are you asking me this now?
Then tell me, did Kurane do anything strange during the performance? Did she carry anything suspicious or do anything out of the ordinary?
Does she have, like, a gun with, like, a yellow handle and an orange tip and a blue trigger?
No. She was the same old unfriendly Kurane. She came to the catwalk before the performance and was there the whole time until the incident occurred.
Did the voice director tell you to sound drunk, or was that just like you were drunk? You sound a little drunk. Also, Korone's like in this room, you know that. She could probably hear us talking.
If she did anything out of the ordinary, I would have immediately noticed. Lighting requires perfect teamwork.
Yosh.
Though to be honest, it feels really suffocating to be around her. Oh, I wish you were on the lights instead, Yoshiko.
Too close.
Anyway, why do you ask?
Oh, no reason. So, Kurane was just her usual self, huh?
Yup. I never lie to you.
I really appreciate that, like, now, please, personal space, I need you to stand there, and don't come any closer, just stay there. I love that the solution keys are, like, clinging onto our arm. Nothing unusual about Kurane.
Remember the Duel of Poisoned Cups part, where they shuffled the cups? Could you see that part from above?
Yes, of course. Although the audience couldn't, I could see their hands moving from above. As part of the lighting crew, that was my most important scene, so it would have been a problem if I couldn't.
It still sounds strong to me, Sarah. You're probably right in that they're going for just like a high schooler not respecting boundaries or something, but like she just sounds drunk to me.
Yoshiko, you complimented me during the meeting about this, remember?
This is so sad. All these interactions are so sad. This is a really sad school.
It's the scene where we shine the spotlight on the glasses after shuffling.
Oh, right. That, how is it supposed to go again?
It's the presentation where we use 2 spotlights.
I mean, the baby voice isn't helping, but there's definitely a quality that sounds like inebriated. It doesn't just sound like she's trying to do like a cute voice to ingratiate herself. It sounds like she's drunk.
Kurane puts the spotlight on one of the glasses first, then I immediately put another spotlight down.
This is definitely a Zero Time Dilemma voice read. That is true. That I won't dispute at all.
Were
No, I mean, yes. I mean, what's the one that gets you to stop doing whatever that is with your body?
I just remembered. You did an excellent job with the lights.
Wow! You complimented me! I'm so excited.
Okay, now we
I
talked
doubt
about
I'll
personal
see that all
space,
tonight.
girl.
May we finally have that sleepover?
Okay, back. Please respect the bubble, please.
There's something I need to do right now. Maybe another time.
Both members of the lighting crew could see how the glasses were being shuffled. This is going to be a complicated labyrinth based on the nature of these clues.
Hey, do you have a moment? I want to talk about what happened.
Although I have a feeling it'll be more coherent than the last one, which is really all I ask, I think. We'll see how it plays out, though. You're getting awfully thespian with me. That's true, she is.
Yoshiko? What's wrong?
You and I are enemies now.
I'm sorry. It's nothing. Excuse me.
Not surprising.
She suddenly fell quiet. I guess I shouldn't question her anymore. She looked like she wanted to say something, but maybe it's something she can't say to Yoshiko. Maybe she'll talk if I'm disguised as someone else.
No, impossible. Can I check this locker real quick? I get that 10
It's
points?
Club locker. Cotton's name tag is on it.
It's not your locker. We had a meeting about
Did
this.
you forget? We using someone else's makeup.
Everyone started
will
fights
the
about
situation
makeup.
is bad
Please
enough
don't do
already.
it.
So please don't do anything that could start more fights.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Delicious points! Alright, you?
Hey, it's Yoshiko.
What's wrong?
Oh, it's nothing.
What's going on? Is there
It's
something
nothing
you don't want
suspicious!
Yoshiko to hear?
Weird. You there.
You managed it well.
Uh-oh.
Huh? What do you mean?
You're getting good at playing dumb, too. Are you practicing for the Peacekeepers?
What?
You really are the top actress after all.
Are you talking about what just happened?
You really want to say that so loudly? Don't worry. I know how to keep a secret.
She seems to believe Yoshiko is the culprit from the way she's talking. Is there something about Yoshiko that makes her think that?
Shouldn't do my locker, duh. It's like, I thought that would be the last thing.
It's a club locker. Yoshiko's name tag is on it. I should open it and search inside.
You're opening a young girl's locker? What you're doing is totally psycho.
It's for the investigation. Give me a break.
Happy birthday. The violence of feelings even destroys the force that will be forcing? Is that what that said?
Yeah, whatever. I hope it doesn't turn into a hobby.
I hope this doesn't awaken something in me. How does this compare with World's End Club? What a fascinating question, Castleard. I mean, so it's kind of tough to compare anything one-to-one with World's End Club. Because, like, World's End Club starts for, like, 3 hours of gameplay as, like a small-scale, like, nonary game. And then, it's, like, 30 hours of hot trash. With, like, just bad gameplay and story. I have some issues with the gamified parts of the game that happen in the Mystery Labyrinth. But, like, the overall story is good. Most of the functional dialogue is good. The voice acting in this game is largely really good. Like, a lot of even minor characters, like the costume designer was, like, really good. Every now and then you get, like, weird locker thespian lady. But, like, that's kind of an outlier. And that may have just been a specific thing we were going for that didn't maybe turn out 100%. there are some character choices in this game that are what I'm going to call regrettably anime, which is meant to be a shorthand for they feel like they're meant to cater to a certain anime trope, and it doesn't come off super great in my opinion. There's kind of been a lot of that from Shinigami on this case, unfortunately. But, like, other than that, my major gripes with the game are simply, like, I wish the gameplay in the labyrinth was less hostile. But, like, World's End Club is, honest to God, like, don't play more than 3 hours of World's End Club. It, like, all you need to do is, like, if you are interested in that game, enjoy the first 3 hours, which are good. And then, just, like, ask me to summarize what the rest of the game is, and then look at that picture of the good ending. That's all you need. That's the best experience you can get from World's End Club. Spent too much money on that game. It's not good. And, interestingly, if I recall correctly, I believe the same person who created this game is half the creative force on that. I think it was the team up from Danganronpa guy whose name I don't know and should by now, and Uchikoshi from the Zero Escape series, and Somnium Files, of course.
The script and makeup items are neatly placed. Huh? There's a glass in the back.
Oh, that's really messed up.
It's the same kind that was used for the play.
Oh, I can read the thing from here. I'm covering it on the thing. The violence of feelings even destroys the force as well as feeling. The violence of feelings even destroys the force as well as feeling. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean?
What is this doing here?
Could the glass in Yoshiko's locker be the missing one?
What else is there? Oh, there's a photo on the back of the door. It's a two-shot photo of Yoshiko and another girl wearing this school's uniform.
Oh no, that's definitely Aika? Dang it, why can I only keep these names in my head for like 10 minutes at a time? Also, I didn't notice it, but Yoshiko has like little flower eyes, irises. Sarah suggests the feelings you feel will feel like feelings feels. Right.
Who is she? That's about it for the things of note in this locker.
That should be enough.
That's all the TV there is. Here's what I would like to do. That's pretty close to the hallway that I think will, like, force the next cutscene to happen. I think I would like to start next time with whatever the next section of the game is. I think that'll make more sense than starting a new thing. It's just, we will end this, and then find out together what the next thing is. It is I, Big Vasco. It was pretty productive. We saw that whole play with all the Eternal Sonata slideshows, which I truly couldn't possibly have guessed. It wasn't on my bingo card. I really did enjoy it. Like, it's a really clever idea. I mean, like, you have to go through a lot of hoops to get there, and unfortunately you have to endure the regrettable anime trope of Shinigami is so jealous of other girls that she's just, like, hostile towards you the entire time you're investigating this crime at the all-girls school. But, like, I think it's cool that, like, you use the disguise, like, the disguise ability is used in a really novel and interesting way. Like, you wouldn't get the type of experience you get doing this segment of the game in most detective games. Because you have to be able to, like, with a mystique level of perfection, be able to transform yourself into various suspects to get insights from all the other people who know them. And then the fact that there's, like, these warring factions, and then going in as different people give you insights from different people with different biases and perspectives. I mean, again, there's, like, a little bit of redundancy, but I still think this was a really cool idea, and I really like how it came together. That being said, a lot of dumb crap too. Not as much as several of the other sections of this game. Pleased with that result. I don't know. I feel like we talked through most of our feelings that destroyed the force as well as the feeling as we played along. Excited to pick up more of this. Let me see if I have a handle on the flow of time. So, yeah. Still streaming next week. Not streaming the weekend after that. September 8th and 9th. Considering maybe... Well, okay, so here's the thing. I prepared 2 short games for tomorrow. It's entirely possible one of them might last a full 3 hours. Because it's, like, estimated at somewhere between, like, 2 and 2.5 hours. But there's gonna be some faffing. That game is, the Brothers Chaps recently released on Steam, and somewhere else, I think. Like a new Strong Bad themed game. It's the Dangeresque Rumiso Triumvirate or something like that. Other thing that I wanted to do as a short game is called Pants Quest. And through doing some research to get it to work on the computer, I happened to come across the information that at some point they added a holiday feature to it, which is specifically Halloween themed. So I'm sort of inclined to start tomorrow playing the Strong Bad game and see if it takes the whole stream. And if it doesn't, do Pants Quest, which is what I had sort of intended. And if that doesn't work out, then maybe I save Pants Quest as like the last thing before we start more dedicated Halloween programming. But I think both of those games, they both look like fun. I haven't played either of them. In order to test the audio levels, I played the really short tutorial of the Strong Bad game, and it teaches you how to clean a window with a hamburger. So I feel like we're in for a good time. So like that's roughly my plan for tomorrow, I think. Did I play the other Strong Bad game? I have. You mean Strong Bad's cool game for attractive people? That came out like on the Wii 1,000 years ago? I think they eventually ported it to Steam. I think for a while it might have been exclusive to the Wii. I did play it, but it's been a while. But this is specifically themed around Dangeresque, which is the sort of like action movie hero conceit, which I think will make for a fun and good time. I don't immediately have anything picked out to follow up next week. And that's partially going to be dependent on whether we end up playing Pants Quest tomorrow or not, I think. But hit me up on the Discord if you have thoughts about Halloween games in particular. At some point, I'm going to put up a poll. I've already mentioned on one of the recent streams some of the options I'm thinking of, but I don't want to belabor the point. It's already a little late. I wanted to finish that section of the investigation rather than stop halfway through. Yeah, they did Dangeresque 3. The first time they mentioned Dangeresque is Dangeresque 2, isn't it? Isn't that like the joke? But yeah, this is specifically Dangeresque 3, which is very good. Yeah, I think that's all the TV there is in terms of thoughts I need to express for now. I'm glad the Discord alerts are working and that Carlos is now available on Discord, and then of course Carlos is available in chat and when this button works. But yes, the only thing left to do then is to find the secret Squirtle. Now, if you can see a Squirtle, that Squirtle is not a secret. He's right there. But somewhere else behind me, I've hidden a Squirtle. Might be under or behind some soft friend that you can see on the couch. I encourage you to take a moment to see if you can find the location of the secret Squirtle. Because if you can, it will be an omen of good luck for you in the coming days. While you ponder that, I'm going to have some of this 100% juice apple. Actually, that reminds me. I have something else to do. This is important to me. Hold, please. Okay, now. At the conclusion of this stream, I will put into my fridge the last 100% juice apple with this original Big Apple label. And by original, I mean, I'm pretty sure that this label has existed for as long as I've lived in California, which is now over a decade. Now, they're using this label. It makes me sad. There's no reason for me to be sad. It's like a weird, irrational human reaction. I'm used to the Big Apple. It amuses me. This is a very reasonable thing to put on the label of your juice. I will say, while it is still technically 100% juice apple, I feel like it's presented in such a way that it now implies 100% juice, apple. Whereas before, I felt like it was all one concept, 100% juice apple, which was more funny to me, and that's why I always say it that way. Save one for memory. I don't know what I would do with that. I feel like I shouldn't do that. In fact, I would specifically say that's the type of natural reaction that I have, which makes me a borderline hoarder, and I'm really actively trying not to do that anymore. But I respect the sentiment. I just have a problem. I'll put a bunch of juice on this couch you can't see. Alright, let me gather these guesses now. Gotta guess, we have several guesses of things I thought were fringe guesses. I think that's fun. So, Octohat, Pikachu, Pirate Squid. I have way too many things, and my apartment is super small. It's like a real problem. I, like, genuinely can't have any more nice, soft friends. But, like, I need to. It's a real problem. It's a really, really big problem for me. I'm really genuinely struggling with this. Okay. Cool spot. Octohat. Pikachu. Squidbeard. I'm gonna start with Squidbeard because I had something hiding back there for a really long time waiting for someone to guess. Risk knocking something over this way. Okay, I'm done. Hiding underneath our pirate squid is little tiny Lorenzo. He's just like the Lorenzo you can see on the couch. And with perspective, they're almost the same size. Cool spot. Over here. Over here. I contemplated putting something bigger there, but I didn't think anyone was gonna guess it. It's a little tiny ice cream friend. I think she has, yeah, she has little eyelashes. She's a girl ice cream. She's mint. Octohat. Also something hiding in here for a while. This little pirate guy. Little Vasco friend. And Pikachu. It's big Pikachu that my mom got for me. He's hiding out with a roughly the same size Squirtle. Look at that. Never had them next to each other like that. They're like same size friends. Even though they're very much like Clingy Girl and Yoshiko in that they look like they could be the same species, but they're not. And by species, I really mainly mean art style. Anyway, congratulations on finding the secret Squirtle. And thanks to everybody for playing along. I think that covers everything. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for being you. And I hope to see you again soon. Until the next time, remember to take care of yourselves. And that you are Clausen. Good night, everybody.